trying to flood, and then all of a sudden, you're only get by 2 lives, and they're thinking, oh God, we actually have to set up, make a play, take your time, go for those full flanks, and then LG again, just a step ahead.
And you've seen some teams in the past typically defensively concede A off the rip, right? That's just how some teams choose to play this map. Now for LG, they're going to try and push over towards the B side. A 2-for-2 trade comes through, and Slats is still inside the zone. Wanted to try and make the play on the Optic Gaming player back 18. That's going to be unsuccessful. So Optic Gaming will defend the early push. However, it's going to be number 10 on that minimap, John, who thought about maybe pinching from mid-map. He's currently controlling hole in the wall. By enough time here for his teammates to push over towards A.
And Optic Gaming, like, I don't even know if they're going to rotate over towards A for it. They had 2 players coming off respawn that just went towards B when there's no pressure, so it might just be the quick call, chalk it up.
I mean, traditionally, we always used to say Optic Gaming on this map would never concede A. They'd always fly through, they'd always make it close, and most of the time they'd win the fight. The problem is, they were so content on looking for formal that they pushed all the way through. A capped up. 2 minutes now for LG to cap up B. There's no progression there. And Optic have themselves a 1 life advantage. Make that 2. Crim starting to heat up here in the LG spawn.
Yeah, map 1, Crim had the Maddox. Things did not go well for him. He's got the ICR back in hand. He is trying to pick things up for the team, but still just a 1 life difference. And obviously a fair bit of time for LG to work with.
I mean, you talk about Crim, he's currently 11-6, but the key here is Sky, 75 points away from streaks. EKA, anything at all would be big. You could even have a teammate maybe throw away a life here just to secure those streaks, but instead LG know that if he's able to cap it, might get some extra points. Skies does well, just a dip and dive, stay alive. That's what I was talking about, the points for the capture. Enough for the lightning strike. They're gonna get the second tick. Optic Gaming, you gotta go. But the life count is +8, and I don't think anyone else is even gonna be able to touch the zone. LG 2-0 up, 1 more round away from sending Optic Gaming to the losers bracket.
This is too easy. This is too easy for it to be playoffs at the end of the year on a stage like this for LG to be able to do whatever they want. I mean, with how bad of a spot they were in that first round, they get the win and they're basically just, you know, smiling and laughing at the end of it because you're like, that shouldn't have happened. Now you're going around on offense. It took them 1 try. Well, out the opening rip, they try to go to B, get shut down, you go get A, and then after that, 1 push and it's all theirs.
Skies with 2 streaks. John uses his TAC 5, he secures the second streak. 4 streaks for LG. He's turning it a little bit into deja vu from map 1 as John finds the opening pick. Scump goes down, and as Optic Gaming try and push through, John finds the second. Brax hit the flank. 3, 4 players from Optic Gaming, 5 players from Optic Gaming fall. They are in a whole different world of pain.
4 streaks, a Tempest, a kill away from Elise. Formal's got the War Machine, Slack's got the grab. You call in the Lightning with the War to force the players inside, but the good news for Optic, the Flak Jacket was strong enough to deal with the War Machine, but now the Hellstorm, the next thing in, and Slack, he's flanking. He's got the slam, but Scump is able to shut him down, or Dashy, mind you, just quick enough.
This is actually relatively good start here for Optic Gaming. You talk about the investment, Slack watches the slam a little bit, half the progression goes through. You bait out a couple of streaks there as well. John only with 2 left, and you're gonna cap up A. So from a round which looked like this could spiral out of control in favor of LG, Optic Gaming have stabilized just a bit, but still a lot of work needs to be done. 2 minutes to cap B, down 3 lives, and a bit of utility still available for LG.
Well, Krem winning the ICR gunfight. He's at least been consistent in this map for the team. Karma with the beat down, a little bit of opening B. You don't really have complete clearance because obviously LG, a bunch of bodies stacked in the Hellstorm. It gets invested straight away. Krim, though, does win another one-on-one.
John does find Dashy, and another player working towards some streaks as well, this time on the side of Optic Gaming. It would be massive as with 1:20, Krim does find the first. That's the Lightning. Now can you try and find the Hellstorm?
He's got the Tempest. Tempest gets shut down. Maybe a little bit of life for Optic Gaming. The Lightning Strike gets called in, and well, John does one with the Maddox, but Krim, again, just the lone man on the team. He's on a 6 spree, has streaks. You need to get the man some help.
He needs help desperately. He's 17-9. I don't know what else Krim needs to do here. Now he's going to use the streaks. Can he find an opening for his teammates to try and push through? John falls mid-map. It's 14-13, a 1 life advantage for Optic Gaming. Less than a minute on the clock. If you're Optic Gaming here, you might be forced to throw everything at this round. Finally, a little bit of control of B. Optic surge forward, Crimsix inside the zone. LG trying to retake. The first hit comes through. Slacked went high with the grapple. Double peek comes through. Crim with 2. Again, get this man some help. Close to even overlapping his streaks here. A very, very good round out of Crimsix. He pings the lightning, calls it out to his team. Optic Gaming win the round.
And that is a fantastic round to get. I'm watching Crim though with the ICR, and the only thing I'm thinking is, why stop? Why switch that? I mean, it's only one map. It's only 3 maps in, but good Lord, the difference maker. The number of ICR one-on-one gunfights Crim won. Not this map. In that series of events, he kills Formal twice, Skies twice. He opened it up. He got them clearance to house. He got the streaks to get them clearance towards the hill. He gets to the hill, then he's killing 2 more. Crim was Mr. Do-It-All.
And it's those types of rounds that you can just get out of Crim every now and then, right? He's one of those players who's so resilient. He's 50 away from, I believe that's overlapping his lightning strike there, so we'll keep our eyes on how things work, because he could actually use that lightning strike over towards showers. If LG aren't careful, it could catch them out. Is that going to be the game plan? He thought about it, may have decided against it. His teammates lose the fights. LG will cap A. That is going to give them 2 minutes, 20 seconds to go at B.
And it's worth pointing out, Crim, I think, is 50 away from another lightning strike, not just the Hellstorm, so.
But he doesn't have his ping, so you're essentially investing that maybe a little blind. You assume they're going to push through. He's read it very well. Skies goes down. Now you just need an EKA, and you get even more streaks. Crim really is Mr. Do-It-All. This is an incredible performance from one man, putting his entire team on his back.
He is on an 11 spree, gets out alive. Only one of his teammates has more than 11 kills. He's on an 11 spree.
The big problem for Crim right now is he's putting himself away from the fights because he's playing for those streaks, and now you're relying on your teammates who essentially haven't had much success so far to step up to the plate.
I mean, he's going aggressive though. I was going to say you're big chilling in the 18, but now he's trying to bait out Scump if he can. Wait for his teammates. John up top, just one shot with the lightning strike through the wall, but no Hellstorm.
He'll take that though, a little bit of extra utility on the side of Optic Gaming to try and tie this up. Finally, Optic Gaming getting the fundamentals correct as the hard point, or the zones are contested. TJ tries to push forward, but Crim botches the lightning. TJ goes down, LG still inside. It's gonna be Brack. First to the party for LG. Couple of shots come through, contested once again. Finally, Brack falls. Karma with a wall bang. Dashy with 1. TJ looking to get full control. Dashy and Scump both find the kills. Slack last man up. He will surely fall. Optic Gaming, step 1 complete. You're gonna have to do this at least 2 more times.
Well, the kids maybe starting to heat up just a little bit. Finally, TJ gets a little bit going. Dashy as well. And you talk about the specialist battle. Well, LG, they got a couple players close, but you got Optic that, well, they at least have a couple of theirs. They got the Grab, they got the Tempest, they got the War Machine. The big boy specialist in hand.
4 life advantage, guys. Finds Scump just in the nick of time before he was able to shut down his teammate. 40 seconds. TJ has the grab slam. This could seal the deal this round. Of course, he'd love not to use it, have it for a round 5, but in this case, you got to do everything you can just to win this round. Time ticking. No one from LG in a position to flank. And honestly, best bet for LG is if you can bait out the grab slam, which to his credit he gets 1. You've used the Tempest as well. Optic Gaming surely will win this round bar a miracle. And we are gonna go to a round 5 here on Control Gridlock, which is very, very similar to the first series of the main stage today.
3 players still alive. LG getting shot in the back. Dashy able to find a couple. Trying to hunt down that last man. I will say, a little bit unfortunate that you're using the grab slam and the Tempest at the same time, but you're gonna get the vision pulse. You still have the War Machine. And I think maybe that TAC 5 halfway there, getting close in the realm. And I think they're just matching what LG still has.
That's the key. What does LG still have to throw at a round 5? We've been here before already today. Of course, it was FaZe that managed to clutch up in 3-0. Can LG do the same? Optic Gaming start to get some momentum back in the series. And in terms of specialists, Karma has Vision Pulse. Crim's gonna get that Tech 5 boost. Scump has War Machine. On the flip side, Slacked with Grav Slam. Brack with Vision Pulse. Maybe if Skies has a good, well, more than likely, actually, you'll see Skies get his Tempest. Maybe if John has a good half or a good round, he might secure a Tech 5 boost. Of course, it's LG on the defensive side. Good first hold, 3 kills come through.
And they just did that without the vision. They might actually be able to get the stop, right? That second tick actually does not even come through. John, though, a little bit over-aggressive, does get caught out. Crim, another one-on-one against an ICR. He comes out on top.
That's just like all the hard work you just put in there for LG off the rip. Just kind of gone. You're going to give away A anyway. 2 minutes 10. Optic Gaming have to cap B. And as we mentioned, a lot of utility still at play here for LG.
We've seen a 5-man slam from Slacked in this spot. There's not that many players here, and well, his teammates, I guess, eventually just clear him out, but you solve the idea. Optic, though, they get 3 kills. Now the question is, when do you want to pop that Vision Pulse? Karma straight away.
He goes straight away. They use the Tech 5. They recognize this is the opportunity. This is a chance to maybe give themselves a big lead advantage with LG. Digging deep again, finding a couple of kills. That's 3, that's 4. Vision Pulse down. LG survived the first attack.
LG countered the Vision Pulse instantly. Brack, as soon as he heard that pop, he got rid of himself. So they just made sure to stabilize. LG, you burn the specialist. You got a 3-life lead. You're holding at the normal point, and you still got the slam, which Slacked again only finds 1, but it's just about the safety net.
A 4-life advantage. 75 seconds to go. Optic Gaming still don't have any progression into B. The number one thing you have to do is deal with Formal over towards 18. Crim has done a good job so far of being able to do that. And he's going to do it again. Admittedly, Formal looking to try and take a different fight. The lead, 5 lives. TJ at least takes 1 down with him.
And that's phenomenal from LD. TJ, the 1-man in post, he might be able to make a play. 3 players instantly go and hunt him down. Those players immediately return to their post. Over and Sushi back behind 18. If you just send 1 player 1 by 1 to try to kill TJ, maybe he can make something happen. They shut that down instantly.
Crim staying alive. Again, and Crim shuts down Formal again. He really is having a fantastic map at 31 and 17, but it's John on the backside defensively for LG doing his duty. 27 seconds. 13 to 8 is the life count. Optic Gaming, they're gonna have 1 attempt, and it's Crim trying to push forward. He's gonna get shut down by Slacked. Brack tagged up from behind. Someone from Optic Gaming needs to do something. Just extend the round. Buy time for your team to get in a position. There's no one that can hit the flank. The only thing Optic Gaming do can push through the front door, and there it is! 3 come through, but Tempest is out for Skies. He finds the first. TJ is down. Teammate pushes. Dashi wins the fight. 7.8 seconds. Optic Gaming are inside the zone. The first hit coming through. Dashi doing his best to stay alive, but he falls. It's a 7 versus 2. Karma drops as well. Optic Gaming are going to the losers bracket. LG 3-0.
Signs of life from Optic in the gridlock control, but way too little and way too late. LG looking like a different team on Saturday. I didn't know they could look better than they did yesterday. Somehow they pull it off. That is close to as dominant of a series as I think we're going to see for the rest of this tournament.
Outside of Game 3, where Optic Gaming showed life, you're absolutely right. Map 1, not close.
A
Map
246 to 15 run, Ben.
Yeah.
246 to 15.
Which, if we're being brutally honest, at this level, not acceptable. Now, big picture, what does that mean? Well, later on the end of the day, on the winner's side of things, you're going to have FaZe versus LG for what I believe is going to be a ticket in the winner's final. You win that, you go through to the winner's final. In the loser's bracket, you now have 100 Thieves, the back-to-back champions, and Optic Gaming on the same side as the bracket. One of those 2 teams is going to get knocked out very, very early.
And of course, EG is going to be playing 100 Thieves, so maybe they can play spoiler a little bit sooner. I know the expectation is 100 Thieves to win, but again, we've already seen 2 upsets, 2 3-0s, 2 teams just doing wild things, so it's Miami, Ben. Apparently anything can happen.
I said upsets are gonna happen.
Crazy day so far.
It's just gonna happen at playoffs. It happens every year at the biggest stages, whether players get nervous, teams get nervous. I know our analysts could probably talk on that way better than us as former competitors at the highest level, what it's like when you're playing for this much money. But that is going to be everything from myself and Chance. We'll send it over to Jess with the PlayStation Instant Reaction with Brack.
Thank you, Ben. What a clean 3-0. For you, what is the takeaway from this victory?
It's definitely a big win, 3-0 especially. We played really sloppy yesterday, me individually, so it feels really good 3-0 them.
Yesterday, you guys had 3 games. It just felt like it was back-to-back reps. What kind of advantage does that grind give you guys here?
Definitely gives us an advantage because they haven't even played a match yet. We just came out hot, and I guess they didn't. So.
Later today, you are going to be facing FaZe Clan in the winners semifinals. What are you expecting out of that series?
Probably, they're a really good team. 3-1, 3-2, us.
All right, well, confident words. Thank you so much. This has been your PlayStation Instant Reaction. Over to Katie at the desk.
Concise interview there from Brack on Luminosity with Jess. Thank you very much to Jess. But again, getting that win 3-0 over Optic Gaming, sending them down to have to deal with 100 Thieves later on today. And wow, LG continuing on undefeated so far here in the CWL finals and looking extremely
dominant.
Strong.
Every single match.
Clint's cheering somewhere.
Every single match, something new and special happens for this Luminosity team. Coming into the play-in, it was fantastic. It was Slack. He played amazing all day yesterday. He was our MVP for the day. Today, John came and dominated every single map. Both respawns, he was going off, picking up streaks. Like, that's what you need. In the previous segment, what did we talk about? If John steps up, this is a team that can win a championship. That looked like a championship team to me.
I think that they looked really good, and Optic just came out like dead today. Really, really sloppy from top to bottom. I think that SD was one of the worst we've seen played this weekend, and it just didn't look good. And LG, obviously, with the games behind them yesterday, they came out hot, and they just looked like a team that was ready to win.
I thought Optic came out hot. They started up those first 2 hills on Hacienda, basically destroying on those first 2 hills.
Yeah.
And then 246 to 15. Hit a rotation.
I mean, they got 9 points on fences and rock.
That's unreal.
Honestly,
I've never seen that
I
before.
think that momentum that Luminosity got from that 246 to, 15 run, like, yeah, it was over right there. Like, they knew that they were just a better team. Like, if you can do that and you can 100-point club a team, it's like, we aren't losing these guys. We're about to dominate these next two matches. That's what happens when you win like that. You're going to dominate these guys next
Once they did that, you just saw in that S&D, they were just pushing that bomb site, immediately getting it down. They weren't waiting to find out where they were. They were like, all right, we're going to plant this bomb. You got 45 seconds to come win gunfights against us. So we just beat you so bad on that first map. If you were able to do that, then try it. And obviously, it didn't work on the side of Optic Gaming in a 6-1 victory for LG.
They didn't even show life until that 3rd map, and that's when Crimsix really just started going off solo. And
but not enough.
That's when he had the ICR in his hand, too.
He was dominating on the map.
I don't know. I mean, it's hard to harp on the role switch because they're just trying to do what they feel like is necessary to win a tournament, but it obviously took a step back. They haven't had that much time with these new roles, and it showed.
Yeah, and of course LG coming out on top, also in part due to Sky. See his stats there. Another one on this team going very, very big for Luminosity.
He was winning all his one-on-ones. He was just dominating the game. And like I said, in that first map, when they 246-15 on that run, after that, there's challenge everything. They were flying at them. They knew that Optic, was in their own heads, flying at them, winning every single gunfight. And you saw it on that game too. Every single push that Luminosity went for, it was just easy pickings for them. They had too much confidence.
Yeah, they did, and they made the Optic stars struggle. We talked about before. Dash and TJ have been the 2 best players of the team. TJ struggled in both the respawns, especially the first one. He just did not have a good map. And then in the S&D, I think Dash put up 400 total damage, 440 damage or something. That's like 3 total kills. He didn't have 3 kills.
Yeah.
That's not a good performance. LG just shut down the Optic stars.
Yeah, that is very true. Again, and they've come on the backs of so many good wins so far. They've got all the wind in the world they could want in their sails, but Optic, unfortunately, no wind in there. It says they've dropped down to a loser's run. But now, again, we have to talk about our 16 teams from the open bracket who are making their way to champs. And to do that and reveal the next 4 is Jess.
Hey, it's Jess here. I am back again, as you can see, in the Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel Open Bracket, where we have tons of hopeful players competing right now. Now, 16 of these teams are going to be headed to LA next month to compete at Champs with 16 pro teams. Now, we have 4 more teams that have qualified. Those teams for you are Sage Esports, Hybrid Gaming featuring Pander and Spoof, Firesticks Gaming, and Fuego Gaming featuring Mad Cat and Hockey. We will be bringing you the final update of the remaining 4 teams to qualify later today. But until then, back over to Katie at the desk.
So much, Jess. And again, slowly working our way through those teams, those open bracket teams who have qualified to go for champs. Of course, a lot on the line still for many of those teams here to win at the CWL finals. But you can see Sage, Firesticks, Hybrid, and Fuego Gaming heading on to champs.
Yeah, and I heard Mad Cat made it through. I'm pretty excited for that, man. Mad Cat hasn't had the best year, and we've been playing against him forever. He's such a good player and such a good guy in general. Like, I hope for his success in the future.
And also Spoofs. I remember at the beginning of the year, he qualified for the Pro League.
Yeah.
Things didn't go his way, but
one match.
He didn't even play one match, but him making it into champs, he's got to be feeling really good.
All right, now I think we are going to take a look at our winners bracket for, you can see it there, the playoff bracket as we move things along. Again, a lot of big matches coming up again, particularly for some of these teams who are now falling into the losers bracket. But again, LG and FaZe and E-United and Genji.
I mean, yeah, this
E-United and Genji coming off dominant performances today.
There's been some upsets. Somebody in the green room this morning went, no upsets.
It was chance.
That was wrong.
He went, yeah, no upsets today. No, not round 1. But yeah, Genji United is going to be two really good teams as well. A lot of people think that those teams don't have a chance at winning the championship. Well, now with Optic and 100 Thieves in the lower bracket, I think that gives them that confidence to go for it and go, hey, if we make it to the winners final, if we make it to the final, they have to beat us twice. Genji, they haven't beat 100 Thieves yet. They lost what, 3 times?
3
last
times,
tournament to get bumped out. So yeah, if Genji make it to the final, get that extra series under their belt, maybe they can get that win.
We already know who's winning. Luminosity's winning. Maybe in the World League, it's unreal.
All right.
If Genji wins, I got to dye my hair blonde.
4 for 4.
Get that.
Yeah, we both do. Yeah, well. Let's look at our losers bracket then, which Genji is not in. You can see, there we have it. Coming up next, Splice and Heretics on the main stage with 100 Thieves and Evil Geniuses there on Bravo. And again, Splice looking, I mean, they got kind of run over by Genji. So can they regain against Heretics and continue on this run?
Tough to Tim for a minute backstage. He said they just got beat down. He wasn't too upset. They just have to regain. They went back and talked about their mistakes. In those respawns, Genji just had way more teamwork than they did. They were getting out-rotated. And now they're playing a team that they have confidence they can beat. And it's going to help them start their way on this tournament.
And we'll see if they can recover here against Heretics. Let's pull up our schedule. Again, we did just say it, though. Splice and Heretics about to come up very soon, and 100 Thieves and Evil Geniuses all in that losers bracket, trying to stay alive here on Saturday. But there you have it. We are working our way through the top 16 open bracket teams who have been confirmed going to champs that have qualified. And again, LG and E-United getting respective 3-0s over Optic and Reciprocity. Coming back, we're going to be talking Heretics versus Splice.
The Call of Duty World League is brought to you by Astro Gaming, the official headset and mix amp of the CWL.
do amp game fuel. Level up the game.
Welcome back to the CWL Finals here in Miami. I'm your host, Katie Bedford, joined by Pac-Man Nameless and a special guest, Zero from FaZe Clan on the desk. Thank you so much for being up here with us. So I need to know, were you expecting to get that 3-0 over 100 Thieves earlier today?
Probably wasn't expecting it. No one really expects a 3-0 back-to-back team, but everyone was doubting us going into the series, and people forget that back on IW, me and Octane were going at it for 2 events in a row, and I won one, he won one. I don't think it was fair that people were doubting us like that, but
I mean, I was one of the first people.
I know, that's why I was looking at you.
I know.
So I think people are doubting you just because like your performance previous to that, especially in the cross divisional, wasn't as great as it was at Anaheim.
I'm gonna go with a slasher quote. It's a league match.
Okay, well, so going into the boot camp, right? Obviously, it did wonders for your squad. What did you guys focus on going into that boot camp? And do you think it translated immediately here?
The first day we played fine. The second day we got absolutely world starred. We played well against Genji, and then Optic and E-United just world starred us. So I don't think winning scrims is needed, but talking about why you lost is definitely like the reason we got better. Like that's how it is. Every time I lose, I always look at the negatives so we can work towards them to make them positive, and that's what we've been doing since the start of the game.
Do you guys have someone on your team that's like your team leader in those kind of situations?
Yeah, I picked it up when I joined the team because I let Matt do what he wants to do. He fries, he just zones in and fries. And then Cell, Asim, they haven't really been in the scene long enough to like just command players like that. Me and Tommy do it a lot, but like when it gets to a high pressure situation or like telling people where to go, I'm usually the guy that's like, listen, go here, go here, go here. It's a new role for me. I'm enjoying it so far.
So Trey, talk about sort of the switch in sniper role in Search and Destroy. So now Zuma's he has the sniper, and you're running like whatever gun you want, but the rounds look so much more clean. Like Zuma's involved in all those trades and those team situations. So talk about the decision to get to that point.
Listen, I was sick of getting roasted. Sick of it. I went back home and I was like, boys, I don't think I should snipe because one, when I'm on form, I'm literally one of the best snipers in the game. When I'm not on form, I can't put it away. I don't know what I'm doing. So I was like, listen, I'll just put the sniper away and you guys do what you want to do, and I'll just try and do what I can.
Yeah, because that felt like it was the best search I've watched FaZe play since they formed this squad.
It was the best S&D we have played, yeah.
Yeah, it's like
that was so clean.
Yeah.
Shout out to Celium as well. I do our vetoes with our coaching and analysis, and then we didn't know what S&D to play because they've been looking good on S&D recently. So I went over to Cell and I was like, bro, this S&D's on you. And he went back last night, watched all their VODs of their S&Ds,
really?
Came back and just came up with strats on literally overnight, and that was the outcome.
That's incredible. What do you think of like these young players that you're playing with, Celium and Asim? Like, you guys basically gave them a shot on a huge team.
So, funny story about that. I didn't want to team with any of them when we first came in. Obviously, I wanted to team with like players that have been in the high pressure situations, because when we formed the team, there was like 3 events left and 2 of the main ones. So didn't even want to play with us at the start. He was trying to go to a different team. So we were like, yeah, let him go. And then Asim came from when Attach didn't want to join us. That whole thing went down and Attach didn't want to join us. And we were like, we had like 2 days to get a player. So Zuma was like, let's get Asim. And I was like, I don't know.
It worked out, man.
But we picked him up. He's a beast. Probably the best entry Sorg player I've ever played with, or like just an entry sub player. He's so selfless, and that's what helps us win.
So I kind of want to talk about role changes on teams, especially after they've had previous success. So I know you're focused on your team, but let's talk a little bit about Optic as well, because you just had a boot camp against them, and they're kind of like the team that you look at when it comes to role changes. So how can that affect your team, and how can it make you much worse? Because I know you've had to do it in the past.
Listen, when a role change comes across, you don't want to change too many things, and Optic seems to me like they've changed a lot of things. They've moved Damon onto the main ICR. He's not a main AR. I'm not going to say it. Like, I'm not going to gas it. He's not a main AR. He's the Maddie. He's the grapple. He was the best grapple player in the game at the start of the game. I don't know what's happened over there. I think Scum's playing way better, but I don't know. I don't think when you do a role change, you change too much. Like when my role change was out, when we done mine, it was literally Trey your main. It seems no one else changed. It was just me.
Because people at home don't realize that can completely break your team. Like right there, and when you try to switch back, you just finished playing 2 weeks, learning a new role, and you get back to your old roles, and it's like you forgot how to play. So that's something.
That's what happened in our red team. So a lot of things went down in the red team where people had to change roles, and then like, you just get back to it, you look back and like, we didn't play as well as we did back then. We just got to work on things. I don't think Optic should have made the role change. They won Vegas, they were the best team in the game. I don't know what's happened since, but.
So going forward, I believe you guys have Luminosity next up. I know you just watched them play. Going into that series, like, is there any must-win map for you? Think the Control, Search, what do you think?
Every map's a must-win, you know. It keeps the vibes going. We just 3-0 100D and like reverse swept them in Control. Every map wins like what you want. We just got to keep playing our game. Our S&D's looking good. Hardpoint looked really good. Bit shaky towards the end, but we won't talk about that. We got the win. Control is Control. It's literally it's TDM with points, so it's whoever's frying.
All right, well, we will see if FaZe Clan can crack into that top 3 with a win over Luminosity later on today. But first, we need to talk about Splice and Heretics. That game is about to start. We're gonna hand it over to Merc and Maven.
Thank you so much, Katie. Yeah, you got to hear from Zero about some different sides of the storylines going through this weekend, but you time to shift focus. We gotta get back onto the main stage. Heretics, Splice, losers bracket now. One team moves on. One team goes home.
Yeah, and it's a little bit different for both of these guys. Heretics, they lost last night, right? They haven't played today. It's a bit different for them. You know, you deal with it, you watch some VODs, you get some practice in before these rounds, where Splice, you just lost, right? Like, you have to deal with that momentum. You have to pick it back up. And supposedly Genji handled business. Like, they just smoked Splice.
And Heretics lost to LG last night in Game 5, Round 10 fashion. Looks like a pretty good loss right now, considering the LG win you just saw. So Heretics maybe a lot better than most of us expected.
Well, I think LG played better today than what we saw last night.
Or it could be Heretics are better. I think you're probably right. I think you're probably right, but
no, they did look improved. I think you saw the individual talent that really stuck out for Heretics. Methods was playing well on that main ICR. Vortex really stepped up, that new addition in that SOG role. You had a couple of specialist changes that went through before this event. So Heretics have looked better.
Well, Heretics have looked better. Splice has got a big test here. But guys, before we get into the action, just want to cover a massive sweepstakes and giveaway going down right now. Totino's presents the CWL Champs Trip giveaway. One grand prize winner and a guest will win round-trip airfare, hotel, and more to Champs in Los Angeles. To check it out, you just have to go to MLG.com/Totino's giveaway to enter for a chance to win. And that's incredible. An opportunity to go to Champs, the biggest event of the entire year. If you're liking what you're seeing here in Miami, it's going to be more, bigger, better in Los Angeles. We're almost there, just a month away. That's what, a $2 million pot? That's going to be insanity.
Yeah, someone's getting lucky, right? Winning that sweepstakes.
Yeah, right?
You absolutely want to enter that. Come to Chance if you've never been. It is so much fun. But we're going to take a look at our Astro Gaming Series layout. Well, you're starting with a Seaside Hardpoint. We see Gridlock Hardpoint. I believe Splice played both Gridlock Control and Hardpoint against Genji earlier in their series.
And remember, one of the first maps that we saw where we thought, wow, Splice can be very good was a Seaside Hardpoint. Remember back in cross-divisional play, they were looking kind of flat. They get to Seaside, and you were like, okay, this is why I wanted to see them on a map like this when you have a Temp, you have a Hook, you have a Jerd. They destroyed there. I remember Jerd went on like a 14-kill run when the Tempest and he was making plays. So they've shown very recently some dominance on this map. Can they start out hot?
Yeah, and there's that one question of, is anyone going to run 3 SOGs on this map? We've seen it from time to time. It looks like we're going to have a bit of a restart here as Heretics are taking out their own team. So we'll get right back into this map here shortly. Just to update you on Bravo, it did look like 100 Thieves was able to win that first map over EG. It was a close one though, 250 to 225. But 100 Thieves able to win it.
And one interesting thing, if you're looking at this bracket, it's a bit of a different bracket because of how the play-in works. So I know Optic and 100 Thieves seemingly just lost in the same round, but since Optic Gaming was that #1 seed from their division, it's kind of like you got a losers round bye. So they slot into losers round 2, well, 1 according to this graphic here. 100 Thieves still have to get a win to get there. So I know it's a little bit different than maybe you're used to with our regular major open events, but that's how it's going to play out.
Yeah, I mean, 100 Thieves, Optic Gaming, if that is the losers round 1 series, is just going to be, I mean, it's not what we expected, right? I mean,
no,
they had the
not,
chance,
Joe.
They had the chance to meet up in winners round 2. That's where people were looking at both of those teams, but I think we could say both of them came out flat.
Which one are you most surprised by? Which loss?
100 Thieves, right? I mean, back-to-back champs. Optic has
that was a dumb question.
Not struggled, but not looked as dominant as 100 Thieves. And again, I mean, you heard Zero sort of talk about a lot of the role changes with Optic Gaming. Was that what they wanted to do? Was it too much? It feels like I don't know, maybe it was a little bit too much. We heard good things from the pre-land, maybe just a bad series for them.
Heard some vamoses in the crowd as they get ready for Heretics versus Splice. But our key player matchup is going to be Lucky versus Aqua. We saw Lucky getting it done with a sniper in a big way at big points yesterday, but not enough to take that series versus LG to kick off that bracket play. On the other side of it, Aqua, one of the catalysts. If he performs well, how much easier are things for Splice?
Much easier, right? He feels like one of the main X factors, him and Looney. I feel like you're going to get what you're going to get out of Temp and Hook at times. Like, they're going to put up those performances, but we know that only goes so far in 5 versus 5. You need your other players to step up, and with Aqua running that main ICR role, he needs to have a very big impact for this team.
Well, locked and loaded into map 1 this time. No replay as Hook goes diving in. The newcomer to Splice, the superstar to Splice. What kind of performance can he have now that their backs are up against the ropes? They're in the losers bracket. A team with such high hopes to make a run potentially into the top 3. They've got a very difficult road ahead, Joe.
But it always felt like Splice, for whatever reason it was, they've always performed better in the losers bracket. I don't know if it's that extra pressure, that extra push that they need, but a lot of the times in the winners bracket, they don't come out with the most energy. They look flat. So for Splice, I think that loss against Genji was a big wake-up call.
Well, we'll see in the early going of this map 1. It was a nice start from Splice, but Heretics were able to break on in. Journey going to be the lone man from Heretics on the barrel side of the map, and it's Temp's cluster that's able to lock it down. Now to Metal's POV as he plays in through the top church window. They're looking through an opening to the back steps. It's going to be a 4-man hit. Jerd's going to get caught. Hook there to pick up the pieces, and at least gets one, gets out with his life, and looks for a new challenge.
Yeah, you can see the way Splice is set up. They don't mind pressure towards the back. They're really more focused on the barrel side as well. Temp's able to trade that kill on the Journey. They don't mind if they spawn in the back. It's still so tough to break this courtyard hill, but Metals gets in, finds 2, but he has no support from his teammates. So right now, Splice, as Methods finds 2, they're going to fight their way back into it. But when you talk about the spawns, you see the blue arrows. They're trying to flip it.
Yeah, it's been a couple of nice multi-kills from Heretics that alleviate the pressure from Splice onto the hard point. And maybe they don't get a lot of a time, but they get Splice out of it for, what, 15 or so seconds. And, as you said, control of statue as you take a look at that minimap. All those blue arrows on the left-hand side. As Splice go in for the hit, the stun does ring true, but Hook and company still able to keep progressing up the map. Now it's going to be the grapple over the top from Jerd. He gets nothing. Are there trades there for Splice swiftly? The answer is no, as Journey picks up a lovely double. Early control to Heretics.
And Journey was Heretics' best player last night against Luminosity. A couple of the respawns, he had a couple of double positive games where he really took over. So Journey, a few multi-kills, a nice cluster comes out from Heretics to stop this push from Splice. Splice is still pretty far pushed up middle of the map, so you have some pressure here, but Heretics, they've done what they've needed to do so far.
And I know we talked about the key player matchup, but if you just go through Sog, Maddox, ICR role, is there a specific one that really stands out as an advantage for either team?
I would say maybe if you want to give one to Splice, I would say ICR. I would take Aqua over Methods. I think the Maddox duos are pretty close. I think Heretics have always had some strong Maddox duos, but in terms of the Sogs, I think that's where the advantage really comes in for Splice with Hook and Jerd.
Well, if you think that's the case, they better get a win on a map like Seaside. And thus far, it's a tight race. 15-point advantage currently for Splice. They're able to do a good job locking down Statue as they get the break late in the hard point. Now we'll focus on barrels as Temp tries to be the entry, gets caught, but Aqua follows it up with the RK7. Finds himself a Maddox to get into his back pocket as well. Hook just can't hit the shots. A little bit sloppy there from him, and maybe a moment for Heretics to burst on through.
Yeah, they're gonna have to go now though. Trying to get this split push, and well, they're able to find 3 kills. Metals and Vortex come up huge. It's going to be 4 down for Splice. I was going to say, because Splice, the way the spawns, it was sort of creating a pinch on a pinch where they could make all the plays that they wanted, but the kills come through for Heretics, and a nice break from them to get themselves right back into the game. Vortex with another 2. So he's 10-9, having a solid game, and he played much better, I think, yesterday when we watched him compared to the Pro League.
And I know there wasn't a lot of time between the team change and this, but if Splice lose this, if they have a disappointing performance, do you give them any chance to make a run or make noise at champs?
No. I mean, I guess the chance is always there because they have the talent, but talent can only take you so far.
They need to make a decently deep run here.
Yeah.
All but a tie game right now as the trades go back and forth. Metals with the grab slam ready to go. Over to Journey's POV for a moment just to show you that he's getting close to streaks as he's found 4 kills in a row at 8 and 8.
Slam.
Metals slam in, he gets caught. The team shot comes through. That would have been 3 easy ones if they got in, but not quite able to do so. A nice slide across from Jerb, but the streak hunt still alive and well from Journey, and there it is. Both streaks in for him. 4 bullets left in the clip. The heel popped. As he'll continue to look towards mid-map and lock down that side for Heretics as they rack up some points. Now the next wave from Splice, and despite the team kill, it looks like an opening for a moment.
Yeah, they're gonna get in, but you see on the mini-map, towards that bottom half, Splice trying to get into barrels, trying to fight for this courtyard spawn. You are gonna get the scrap time that goes the way of Splice. But by the skirmish between these two teams, it comes down to a 1 versus 1. Hook versus Lucky. Who's gonna come out on top? Who's gonna have some help though? The teamwork comes in, the spawns are there for Splice. They should have courtyard controlled.
Hellstorm used, and it'll get Aqua. They've got the hard point, they've got the left side of the map. If you're Splice, you've got to try and somehow get early control to try and force that next streak out. Temp gets 2, but 2 team kills as well, so maybe not quite what he wanted to get out of it, but now you have a Lightning, now you have a Hellstorm on the Splice side, so scratch everything I said about the setup for Fountain. You have tools to break that for Splice as well.
Journey will be able to respond with one of his own if he needs to, but you see on the rotation, it's actually gonna be Hook and Aqua who are going to be in a 1 versus 2, and Temp right off this rotation is going to use a Hellstorm. He's going to use the big missile to connect with Journey. That's going to be the kill. That should secure the rotation. Methods with a nice...
Well, the problem is there were still like 5 or so seconds left on the clock, so multiple players from Splice actually spawn out ult. So they've got to trek it across the map. I mean, that kill comes in 5 seconds later, and it's perfect. You probably pop it new, but as it stands, you still have a chance here for Heretics. They go ring around the Rosie. Vortex looking for the angle. Streak's gonna come in. Aqua makes the play. Journey's Lightning connects on 1, but spawns in control to Splice.
Yeah, huge play out of Aqua to find both of those kills near the backside. You see where the spawns are. You see where number 3, Journey, spawns so far away. You have Temp roaming middle of the map. Well, Jerd with that Tempest, he's gonna lock down Cafe, and now Hook can fly a little bit. His team just roaming the map so well, staggering the push of Heretics, and well, pretty soon we're gonna have a lead change.
Jared's been so good with this Tempest. Can he connect on a couple more shots? Not able to do it there, but his teammates looking over him, find the kills. There, he'll get caught. I thought for a second he would. Punch him, shoot him, something. It's Aqua that's able to clean it up as the Tempest runs out. He goes searching forward. Instead of Tempest from the other side of things, but 3 will go down for Heretics. Lead to Splice, hard point to Splice, as they'll now be set up inside.
Now you have that Purifier from Aqua inside barrels. It's exactly where you want it, but I'll tell you what, they might not get close enough for a little bit. Both Hook and Temp have these sides pushed out, but Aqua, he's gonna move from the hill. Try to just
they all just stop.
Yeah, you
they all just stop.
Push. You're just wasting time. Metals though flies in with Flak Jacket. That's gonna be 2 down for Splice. 3 down. And well, just like that is the last one up. That should have been a great hold from Splice. Instead, it's a great break out of Heretics.
And that's tough because if you're Jerd, I think you're about 200 points off streaks, but everybody in front of you drops, and now you see the Purifier out from the other side. Heretics with a chance to make a run. Vortex able to chain together 2, 1 team kill through, but 3 down for Splice. So for now, Heretics comfortably enjoying the final 20 seconds of this hard point, and another lead change as Heretics will now regain control. What a fight this has been in map 1 of this best of 5.
Yeah, and you're gonna have specialist control over towards Heretics. Hook's gonna use his slam. Metals has his to respond when he wants to on the rotation off those kills. Splice is gonna be early in control, but Journey's gonna use that tac 5, and you're gonna have a lot of tools to work with to break it.
Now the pinch starts. Metals the first part of it. Can Metals win this 1v2? He does! What a brilliant display of skill from Metals. And his teammates then collapse on the other side. Behind the tac 5, it looks like Heretics have gotten in. Metals, what a play there at the back steps.
Lucky's gonna use his first War Machine of the game. It's a couple of hit markers, able to find Looney. You saw Splice doesn't have Flak Jacket on. Now Splice gonna take one more chance at this. They do find 2. And a huge break from Splice. They can push through towards Church. That's exactly what they're going to do. They tried, I think, to flip some of those spawns, but they didn't get across the map quick enough.
You're still safe if you're Heretics. They still get that bottom right spawn and a hard point that they've controlled very well. You mentioned Metal's grab slam. When will it come into play? You've got 2 down. Now might be the time. Now might be the time. 4 go down. Metals with the big connection. 5 down for Splice. Lead change to Heretics.
Yeah, you see all 4 right in the doorway. That's exactly what you want if you're Metals.
It doesn't get cleaner than that. Now the pressure on Splice to push on through. You can win it here if you're Heretics. You at least need a contest out of Splice to make this interesting. There's the first 2 picks. A chance to do exactly that for get this time now. You've got the next hard point. No streaks. No specialists available for Heretics. They're going to have to break statue gun up, which is one of the hardest hard points to break in the game.
Yeah, what was the decision? Are you going to try to push on through? That's what they go with. They do get some scrap time. They're going to be 15 points away from winning this game.
Splice can do it, though. You've got nothing to use, nothing to exhaust if you're Heretics. Splice just have to be perfect. These opening kills so important, and Looney tacks on the first. Jur just shouldering in checkers. Now the push is going to come in. A huge one-on-one for him, and he's able to take it. Looney and Jur lighting it up right now. 235, 225.
It's just staggering Heretics. It's going to be so hard for them to have a 5-man push. Splice, they get out in front of that top window. You can see what happens now. All of Heretics spawning out near that cafeteria on that first hill.
Splice now with the lead. 10 more points needed. This is the last push, the last effort from Heretics to try and burst on through. 3 are going to go down. Final player on the steps is the new guy, Vortex. He's going to get chopped down. Lucky can't get in. Splice with the comeback. They lock it down on Fountain and take map 1.
Yeah, it's one of those situations. It's very rare near the end of the game when we go to a Fountain Hill where there is no specialist, there's no streaks. That happens usually once at the beginning of the map.
You can see the comeback on the minimap.
Yep.
I mean, at Courtyard, you saw Splice had the left side controlled. As long as they contested and didn't let Heretics win there, that hard point, I mean, you could probably argue it's the hardest hard point to break in the game, especially if you don't have streaks, if you don't have specialist weapons, if you've got nothing to use, you almost rely on a mistake from the team holding the hard point. Splice don't make a mistake, they're able to hold on, but I do want to take a look at the scuff play of the game. Of course, it's going to be the massive grab slam coming in from Metals, as on God X-Ray, you see it lining up as he punishes 4 with the big slam.
The only thing that would have made this a little bit better is if he wins this 5th one right here, finds all 5 kills, get a team wipe himself. But really the big play was after that, right? Because that's when you have Courtyard control. If you're Heretics, you can win the game there, but Splice able to break on through.
Do you think Heretics should have done anything differently there considering the next hard point?
I mean, you have one decision to make. So when they're spawning towards the back, typically they know that Splice is going to rotate. They're spawning out near that first hill, so they're going to win rotation. So what you usually want to do is push through barrels, get some scrap time, try to force one player to spawn back near the hill that they're at towards Courtyard. But for the most part, it's just a tough situation to deal with.
Because, I mean, as soon as you can't win it on that hard point no longer matters. Like, it is just statue.
Yeah.
I didn't see how much time went by before they thought about, like, they stuck around for scrap time a little bit. Maybe just send 4, send 5 right away, try to get some control earlier.
Yeah, no. So there was about 10 seconds left. They all spawned in the back. It was just
so no real chance for it.
Nope.
The box score. Fountain, the one that stands out. Well, you saw why at the end of the game. Splice, so strong there, and well, the reason they get the map 1 win.
But again, Heretics looking better, being competitive against some of these top teams, some of the best teams in the world. We are seeing improvement out of Heretics compared to what we saw at Pro League.
All right, well, I do want to actually get right over to Bravo because they're in map 2 right now. 100 Thieves are able to take the first map against EG. I believe they're fighting it out in round 10 or 11. So if we can get over there, yeah, it's round 10. 3 versus 3. War Machine out for attach. What kind of game is he having? 13-6 is the type of game he's having. You don't see War Machine all that often in Search and Destroy.
No, but is it going to matter? It comes down to a one-on-one attach versus Octane. He finds 14. Can he find 15? This would be for 6 in a row. The timing goes, I thought it was going to be good for attach. But Octane still has to plant the bomb.
Attach. Octane. 5 seconds on the clock. Here comes the peak.
Oh, that's it.
He spotted him. That's it. Oh my God!
It was close! Octane wasn't
missing.
27 health as he gets out of ice cream. I thought he was good. I thought he was fine. And suddenly he almost gets beamed.
And I think you're seeing why the analyst chose Atacha as an all-star, right? Ever since he joined this EG roster, he has been a pivotal point for them. He's been so darn good individually throughout this year.
14-6.
And you gotta think for EG, like, you lose map 1 by 25 points. If you lose this in a round 11, you have played 100 Thieves so close.
The all-important round 11. Offense to showers.
I mean, Slasher almost has War Machine as well. See if he's able to find an EKIA.
Bomb going down for EG. 5-on-5 retake.
He sees it
for everything. J-Cap with the first blood. What a big one it is. Slasher, you think has a kill, but it's attached to Pro. It's able to pick it up. One player left for 100 Thieves. It's Enable in an impossible scenario as EG clutch up back-to-back rounds to take game 2 and tie it up 1-1. And let's immediately get right back over to Alpha as we get ready for map 2 between Heretics and Splice.
And that was really the Attach and Apathy show. I think that, yeah, we talked about Attach, but I think Apathy had 11 or 12 of them.
Oh, so, I didn't even notice. Wow.
So those two really stepped up there, and yeah, it's a close series, 1-1 now.
You got a crazy series on Bravo. A wild one starting here with the 250 to 235 game 1. We head to Arsenal. Some memorable moments we mention every time when we talk about Heretics, that some of their highlights of the year have come on this map and mode.
Yeah, even last night, I mean, they were close with Luminosity. What, that was a 6-4? It was a close map 5.
Vortex had the #1 play in our top 5 for this map last night. It was a beauty. Does he have more in the tank? Because they, more than ever, need a game 2 win. Remember, this is losers bracket match. Losers toast. And Lucky, one of the best Arsenal snipers in the game.
It's going to be him versus Looney towards this A side, but look at the aggression out of Splice towards the middle of the map. So the setup they have right now, you see number 8, that's Hook. He's just watching the cross towards B. If he sees anything, that's when they rotate back. Jerd Temp, they get aggressive towards the middle. He's able to trade that. Maybe a bit of an over challenge there. The reinforcements from Heretics comes through.
Yeah, Metals just insta-fried him. Looney's going to get caught as they rotate back. 4 versus 2. Everything on Hook and Aqua to make the play for Splice. They're going to be in a 2v4 retake situation as bomb is now getting planted by Heretics. Hook looking for the opening. They line up for him. They line up for him. He gets 2. Now it's suddenly a 1v1. And Aqua gets both 2v4 for Splice.
I was really just about to critique Splice in the way their setup was, because when you're playing around that middle of the map, you're playing for information, but it doesn't matter, Hook. You see the collateral line up for him. Aqua, he wins a big one-on-one against Methods with that ICR. Able to clutch the round out.
What was that, Joe? That just can't happen.
No, it cannot.
Aqua seemingly unfazed by the clutch. Woo! I know it's an early one, but it feels like at least some kind of dagger, considering how close the map 1 was with the comeback from Splice. Then you get 2v4'd if you're Heretics right in round 1. It's like the pressure points are mounting right now for Heretics.
Yeah, and it's one of those small things where that's why we see a lot of teams when they plant the bomb in those situations, all 4 will hit one side. You had a bit of a 2v2-on-2 split, and yes, they're both 1 versus 2s, but that's what can happen. Instead, you would love a 4-on-2 or a 1 versus 4. Try to just push out a side.
Well, they don't, and it costs them.
Splice, once again, very aggressive middle of the map. Taking that away from Heretics, but Heretics unfazed. They're watching their lobby door, but it looks like the hit's going to be towards B.
Some nice shots from Method 6, but not able to quite finish the kill, and then they push him out. Jerd's just going to go flying over the top. First blood to Splice. Jerd gets to the back block with the world to work with, but he has teammates looking over him. He's just playing bait from this position. Just bait from this position, and how well is he doing it? Stays down. His teammates pick up the kill. Wondrous from Jerd. The first blood, the bait, Incredible stuff.
Yeah, he's sort of the sacrificial lamb in that scenario, right? Just sort of, I'm pushing up so they can't get a nade on the bomb. They can't wallbang you, whoever's planning.
And how tempting is that bait, though, if you're Heretics? Like, you know he's there.
Right.
You know you can push him out, but unfortunately, they have the angle, and he gets bailed out twice.
Yeah, you have to watch sort of that wide push, right? If you are Jerd, that's really the one scenario, because if you push inner like they did, Temp's able to help him. He can get behind that barrels. Great round from Splice right there.
Temp, the winner of a 55-inch TCL TV last night.
5-5.
Now trying to make this loser's bracket run. Aqua yet to drop, so he's working towards streak. Still a ways to go, though, 275.
Here's your
aggression again, man. They've been aggressive up mid-map. Now aggression towards this A site. It doesn't work out for him this time from a numbers perspective. Aqua, I thought for a second, might even the odds, but Looney likely going to have to hit a snipe here if the pressure continues to mount, but it looks like for now Heretics opting, I think, to wrap this out.
Well, that's what I thought. They stayed too long, though. I mean, I thought they were going to wrap that right away,
well,
but
it looked like it for 10 seconds.
It's a 3v4. Now it's a 3 versus 3. You have the man advantage. You know they're all there. You could get out.
So is that a second situation out for Heretics where you think it's a little bit of a misplay that caused?
Yeah, a little miscommunication, I think, from Heretics, but they are going to wrap this back. They've read this correctly. They knew Splice was going to rotate back towards B. They're going to have to play quick, though. 5 seconds to get this plant down. This is going to allow Splice to work some map control. Watch number 7. That's going to be Temp. He's going to be working inside those vents.
And Looney's going to get information that they all backed it up to the broken side because he had the cross with the snipe. Out of vents comes Temp. Whoa, that's a close one.
Waiting for Journey. Journey worked through the middle of the map. He's going to be able to make the play. He's got the ICR, finds the first kill, and then he goes. But does he over-challenge? No, just able to get away.
You got one player on either side, another 20 seconds to work with. Looney spots him, finds him from underneath. Perhaps another clutch from Splice, a 2v4 already in this game. Now a chance for a 2 versus 3. Journey, though, has the angle. Not enough time now for the defuse, and it won't even matter as Journey clutches up and bails Heretics out of a round.
Yeah, it just comes down to the clock. Yes, it's a 1 versus 2, but that's more a 1v1, right? Because there has to be a guy defusing the bomb. And you're going to see Temp, he's looking towards the staircase right now over Looney. It's a 50-50 play. You have to take the risk, watch one way. Yeah. Unfortunately, it doesn't go his 100%.
Way. Is he wrapping back? Is he going to repeat? Yep. You don't know. Journey, you mentioned how brilliant he was yesterday. Showing you some of it there. 2-1 now to Splice. Took a look at the mini-map so you could just see the split for a moment.
Yeah, now we talked about Splice's aggression, maybe a little bit here from Heretics. Trying to set up a bit of a B trap. If they decide to go B, you can jump through the window. Instead, Temp's going to find one. Challenges metals.
He has to say, do you want to get the one kill and maybe back it up?
Back down, yeah.
Obviously, different combo if he gets both. Yeah. You get the man advantage. Just play your life. Looney with this RK7 and frag grenade to work with.
He's just listening for the doors. You hear it.
Peeks it for a second to get some information. Aqua with some nice tags in the back line, but a nice slide and challenge there from Lucky. 4 versus 3 for Heretics. Jerd, I thought for a fortunate timing for just a moment, but it's not going to pay off, and Hook's been caught as well. Aqua just takes one with him. 1v3 for Hook. Heretics have answered the call and brought this even at 2-2.
Nice retake there from Heretics. You're hoping Looney can connect with one with that grenade. He knows with a sniper, he has to be the first guy in with the pistol out. And I thought the way they planted it, they planted that bomb far left of the bomb. I thought they could have backed on up because they planted a little bit in a riskier situation where it's easier to see the diffuser, but it's a risk to plant the bomb, but they had so much control. But they tried to work the middle of the map 2 times. I think both Jerd and Hook, and they get caught.
Nice retake from Heretics as we continue on. We've seen so many nice snipes from Lucky on this map. Nothing really going yet, but you got to imagine he's taken over at least one of these rounds as we get deeper into the game.
Well, you got to think every single round has been so aggressive from Splice where he's not really seeing anything. He immediately has to pull the pistol out and help his team.
Heretics with the hopes of a country on their shoulders at this playoff. Fighting for this map 2 to even the series. Here they come. Jordan Temp here, working together aggressively on this B side. You've actually got a 3-man presence here, plus Hook from mid-map. They're likely gonna have to rotate this out, and that's exactly what they're gonna do. They saw too much.
But Looney's just playing for information, and now that clock is against you. Looney just needs to stay alive, play for a pick, and then back down. That's exactly what he's gonna do. Now wait for his teammates to rotate on over. Watching the cross to their statue, and he's gonna spot that, tries to take a shot, just misses. We'll see if Hook can make a play from Vents.
He comes out, and he does just that. There's the first pick, gets away with his life as well, and then the RK7 of Looney, strong enough. 3 down for Heretics. The hold falling to pieces. Looney with a second kill with the pistol. Now Journey, if you're 175 off streaks, just play for those. One more kill needed as the defuse is going through. Just gonna value his life here. Let the defuse come in, take the round disadvantage, and work on the streaks in the following round.
Both teams doing really a great job retaking the sites. It's the team that's planting the bomb that's getting caught in tough situations, not clutching the rounds out.
Oh, we can see this first RK7 kill. Oh, he just catches him half health, focusing on another fight. And then aggressive with his teammates as they soar forward. Vortex, no chance in the world as Jordan Looney goes soaring. One of the best leaders in the game in Looney. They're gonna make this run on the losers bracket. His calls have gotta be on point.
Yeah, even his play, I mean, back to the Maddox role where he's a lot more comfortable. He was great early on in the year. Let's see if he can get back to that level.
What a slide boost there from Looney to at least take one down with him. Journey doesn't get a bullet in, so still working on these streaks. As Splice have just flooded right through their lobby, and the map sort of looks like it's split at this point in time. It's just decision-making time for Splice with regards to the bomb.
Well, here's the thing. They have nobody middle of the map, so they're worried that Heretics is going to go back through window, and that's what Heretics is doing. You see Journey and Lucky trying to work this position, so they don't want to plant it at B just yet. They're also trying to catch a trap just like that. When the players rotate back through their lobby, they're going to be ready for them. Now the man advantage over to Splice.
You like the patience there from Splice?
Yep. Right, you're just sort of making Heretics think, what are you going to do? And then Vortex gets caught.
So now we're in a similar story to last round. Journey, can you get these streaks? Hit down to 60 HP, but still alive. Just try and bait your teammate and maybe find one at the tail end of this. $40 seconds to work with. Good job by Temp just shouldering. Don't give him any freebies. You know you've already clutched a 2v4 in this game. Don't let one happen here.
Well, it's going to get pretty obvious here soon the way Journey's playing because he's not going off the map that he's close to streaks, right? Because typically we see these guys and
he got beamed.
Nice shots from Aqua.
What a round that is from Splice. You get the 4-2 advantage. No streaks for Journey. Things adding up for Splice now as they take over this game too.
Right, because in those tough plays, we know players just go off the map, right? Don't give anything to help out specialists, to help out streaks. So when you know a player is playing their life round after round, he's got to be close to something.
Once about 5-10 seconds go by, they just start to fly. Like they know they got to kill him. Into round 7 we go. What do Heretics have in the tank to bring it back in this map too? Looney spotting once again, this time with the ICR instead of the Paladin. Nice stun out. We'll get some information for Hook. He's just going to fly and challenge. Gets a call from his teammate that one's weak. He's going to score out. It's Temp with the first blood. Temp with the second kill as well. And Temp continues to do damage. Hook is flying forward. 3 down for Heretics. 4th and 5th to follow. Lucky the last player standing. Cool, calm, collected, and dominant from Splice as they take round 5.
And that's what Splice have been doing this entire game defensively. They've shown some aggression, but these last couple of rounds, they've allowed them to take A from them. They're just not allowing them to cross to their statue to get pushed up in these corners. And as soon as they feel they're all grouped up, they fly on out. Been able to win these rounds. Now a 5-2 lead for Splice, looking comfortable here.
Yeah, it just looks like the same thing over and over. They're dominating that skirmish on the retake.
We'll see what if Heretics gets to another offense. If they try to switch it up, go B.
Something different. I think you had multiple players working towards streaks On the Splice side, yeah, what, Temp and Hook, the new duo. 125 and 205 off, respectively. Splice looking to end it here. We've seen this mid-map aggression on offense and defense from them.
There's only one player back B right now, that's Methods. Playing for some information. Vortex gets caught. I think he was trying to rotate on over, but they're cutting it off. Can Lucky bring this back? Hasn't been able to connect just yet this game. And then from there, they don't go to the bomb. They go through the elevator hallway, and they push on through to catch the rotation.
1 versus 4 for Metals. He's got a clutch if they have any chance in this game, too. There's an ICR set up in the back. Should be caught up and tagged. Not going to be able to take that route. Good luck with that gunfight. Aqua beams him, Splice. Go up 2-0. A dominant effort in the search and destroy. Their retakes absolutely on point, Joe.
Yeah, and I love what they did on offense, taking middle away from the defensive team. But then when you push through the lobby, you're sort of forcing them to rotate to the other bomb. And they were just trying to set up a trap consistently, and they were able to do so on those rotations. Heretics either has to A, get aggressive, work the flank of the attacking team, or wrap all the way back towards the defensive base.
Are you loving what you're finally seeing out of Splice?
Yeah, that search and destroy looked clean.
Up 2-0. Losers bracket match. Both teams desperately fighting to move on within this playoff. Heretics now have to rip off 3 maps straight. They are not in a good spot. This is a team that has consistently surprised us all here. These deep runs at major tournaments, but their chance to do it here might end.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, I don't know. Ever since the team change, it's what are we going to get from this Heretics team? And even so, like, you lose to Luminosity and Splice, right? Like, that's if you do lose to Splice. Like, it's 2 very formidable opponents, and they are in that top 8, top 10 range that we've seen them really all year. It's, can they hit the next level? And we just haven't seen it yet. We saw it one time where they got top 6, but that's where they were shut down.
Well, we're going to be up 2-0 for Splice on Alpha. On Bravo, we still have the EG 100 Thieves match going on. 100 Thieves looking for that 3-peat, but already finding themselves in the losers bracket. Let's take a closer look at 100 Thieves.
100 Thieves roster consists of Enable, Priesta, Slasher, Kenny, and Octane.
So coming into Vegas, the first event of the CWL circuit, a lot of high hopes were on 100 Thieves. They did have a little bit of a different roster, but people put them up there, you know, in their top 3s, in their top 5s.
I expected them to be one of the best teams in the game, but obviously it didn't go down like that.
I think for 100 Thieves to get top 12 at CWL Vegas was a tragedy. I think you saw that on the face of the players, the owners, and whoever it was, the fans as well. They knew they needed to bounce back.
When Priesta joined 100 Thieves, he brought a level of aggression that they'd never had on their team before, and then this is a guy that was aggressive and stayed alive like no other player.
100 Thieves not only brought Priesta, but also brought Crowder over. It helped them build a system that worked. Before Grand Finals for 100 Thieves, the key moment was the control in London against Optic Gaming.
So the key moment against Optic Gaming for 100 Thieves was that control. They ended up winning that control, which leads to them winning the series in a 3-1 fashion.
That's the match that everybody was waiting for, right? Optic versus 100 Thieves, and they stood up to the challenge. Then they go on to win the tournament.
I'd say the key to their back-to-back win was just staying humble, staying grounded.
Winning Anaheim, I think, was a lot simpler than winning London. I think they went in knowing that they were the best team. They just won. It wasn't that long after London. And it was just kind of rinse and repeat for these guys. Stay up on practice, make sure you're still the best.
They didn't do anything different. They kept the same mentality, practice hard, play hard.
I think going into Miami, 100 Thieves are the clear favorite to win playoffs. They just look so strong in every game mode from top to bottom.
Their roles, they're comfortable. You see other teams trying to figure it out. These guys really don't have a weakness. So as long as they stay motivated, I think they can win 4 tournaments in a row.
Let's be honest, if they win playoffs, maybe champs, I think the conversation of dynasty has to start.
Well, it's interesting to hear all the thoughts a couple weeks ago about 100 Thieves as they're fighting in the losers bracket. Opinion maybe changed a little bit, Joe.
I mean, I think anybody was thinking the same things as us, right? Like, it's just, you have to talk about how good of a team they were just from top to bottom. They looked great.
Well, they're battling it out on Bravo. You can check that out at twitch.tv/Call of Duty Bravo. But on Alpha right now, Splice and Heretics still fighting hard. Splice up 2-0. It's the control up next for Spain, for the Spanish squad. Can they get it going in map 3? We'll find out next.
The Call of Duty World League is presented by PlayStation 4, the official platform of the CWL. And Republic of Gamers, the official monitor of the CWL.
Before we get back to Alpha, gonna hop right into the round 5, game 3, 100 Thieves, EG. What a massive round this is. And Lord Almighty, Joe, as EG played 100 Thieves tough, map to map.
I mean, 20 points in hardpoint, round 11, now a round 5 in the control. For 100 Thieves, this is just a match you want to survive, build some momentum up. Nobody would have ever thought they would have got double first rounded here at playoffs.
Priesta looking for an opening. Hello, as they bump cheeks there as they run into each other out of the doorway.
Just headbutt each other?
Yeah, right. Priesta has that grab, slam, and grapple. They're going to secure A from this spot. Now we'll take a look at the minimap to see how 100 Thieves are going to plan this next push. And it looks like all 5 want to wrap back, take control of Broken first and foremost. JCap gets the pick for some accurate shots from Slasher, and Kenny will give them the edge. Broken control now in.
Yeah, Vision Pulse in though from accuracy. You do have the Lightning Strike if you need it. Enable, he has his vision. When does he want to respond with it? It looks like they're just going to hold for right now. They have time to work with. As Kenny finds 2 kills, that might be the opening. Is Enable going to use it now, or is he going to hold on to it? And look at just top left, how many specialists you're going to have if you are 100 Thieves. There we go, you see Enable's Vision Pulse is in, so 3 go down.
Wall bang, simply can't finish the kill. 3 life advantage now for EG, and there's the lightning strike. Lightning strike in, Priest up over the top, grab slam, looking to find its mark, and it's gonna ring true. 1 more gonna drop, 3 are gonna be down, 4th is gonna be inside, and Kenny's able to finish that kill. EG in trouble, coming off a spawn, and the stack is in from 100 Thieves. War Machine now out, TAC 5 still remaining on 2 players as the nades just thrashing EG in the face. Just a couple seconds left. Somebody's got to contest. Can they get in? Nobody there. 100 Thieves survive the map 3. And let's get right back to Alpha, Joe.
Yeah, I mean, you just saw that round 5. Octane with a big couple of kills, but that's what I was talking about. They just had so many tools to work with. And we talk about Slasher. When that team slows down, he is the man that steps up. He hates losing. He hates struggling. You just saw in that map 3, 37 and 22 from him.
What a run this would need to be from 100 Thieves, but the focus now to Splice versus Heretics. Splice up 2-0, close hard point, dominant, and wondrous search and destroy from Splice. We'll take a look at our respawn damage per minute from the Pro League, and Temp sitting at the top. He was absurd.
He was always, it felt like every time Kenny's like, let's check this leaderboard out, it was always Temp at the top. I mean, just so consistent throughout this year.
Made me sad to see Gunless at that 3rd spot.
Yeah, no.
Think about Gunless, so you get 3-0 bopped here, and now you're watching LG do this.
Yeah.
It's a tough weekend.
Hopefully he can bounce back from it, but it's been a crazy back and forth year for him.
The control now underway. Jerd with the first pick, and it's going to be early pressure towards both points. Hook's got a big one-on-one, and that's going to, as he wins that, he keeps the clock stopped, but he's going to lose that one-on-one to Metals. Now they need this to be successful towards B, and it looks so far so good. 2 are going to drop, 3 are going to fall. Aqua trying to finesse inside, but not quite able to do it, but they've gotten at least 1 point through. They've kept the clock stopped throughout all of this. Journey, though.
2 ticks, she'll take 2 ticks right off from the start, right? Like,
I thought Journey's play was going to be enough for them not to get 2 ticks, but they send another wave at it.
Splice is still putting pressure on this. Just both ICRs are here. Aqua's been able to stay alive. Jerd's inside of Sushi. I thought they were going to stop and go to A. Now you have Hook on the flank, and that's going to be B.
More often than not, that's what you see, right? You get a little bit of damage there, then you wrapped out to A, but they threw another wave at it, and wow, does it pay off. The hard point now done, and you've got 2+ minutes to work on the easier of the objective points in towards A at Showers. How the hell do you do this if you're Heretics? You're down 4 lives and you have to defend A for this long.
It is tough to do, especially with no specialists.
We haven't seen it since like early in the game.
Well, we just saw it with Optic and Luminosity. It just happened.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Good call, Joe. It's still, it's pretty darn rare, yeah.
Hook, though, starting to work underpass. He's going to find 1 kill, but that's the thing, right? I think Zero was talking about it. When you're just on fire, you can sort of play TDM if you get the advantage, right? Just play around the kills. You have time to work with, and then as soon as they get some map control, that's when they get on this A point.
Nice shots from Hook. That's 3 in a row for him. And on the other side is Jerd doing it. The Sogs really lighting it up right now for Splice. There's a contest in, but it's not going to last too long. And likely not going to matter as the live count 11-6, favor of Splice as Jerd gets right back into the action and somehow survives the wall bang.
10 versus 5, now 9 versus 5, but Heretics have to be perfect here. Temp, you with that ICR, goes 1 for 1, job complete. But Jerd just hasn't pushed up, doesn't want a solo challenge, has Looney looking over him. Looney's able to find 2, now a 6 versus 2.
Chance for streaks too for Jerd. 60 points off of these streaks.
Oh, that makes sense why he wasn't pushing. Okay.
Can he get the final kill or at least a bullet in? He's not going to be able to do it. Oh, he was just playing bait.
He's just dancing around
We saw
the
him
mirror.
doing the search and
Yeah,
destroy as well. Looney, look over me.
in the mirror, right? That's what you do.
Yes. Just look over me. You got me. So he'll take that streak hunt into the 2nd round. Splice will enjoy the victory.
Again,
Methods with the best play.
This was the map that Splice lost to Genji. You know, this control. You always wonder when you get a repetition, what adjustments do you make? But I even think about it this way, because you see Temp with that ICR, is that what you want him to use, right? The way Optic thinks about with Maddox, the dash with the Maddox, right? Just you don't want him to use the second ICR.
I think it helps. Think about yesterday.
Yeah.
I think LG start off 4-0 in hardpoint. The first time they play, what was it, Hacienda, they looked abysmal. Remember, Heretics blew them out. Then they play Optic on it. They start out slow, but then they rip off a 246 to 15 or whatever the hell it was.
It's a lot to
yes,
a little.
you get a map, you get beat, you improve, you focus up the next day. So, yeah, I mean, we've seen that already this tournament. That's just one example of it.
Splice ready for this B push from Heretics. Can Jerd secure these streaks?
This is his chance to do so.
Trying to get a bullet in, trying to get a bullet in, doesn't. Metals finds 3.
How does Metals pull that rabbit out of the hat? What a play for him and Heretics, as they still have 2 players towards B, and this is more of what you usually expect, right? You get a little pressure towards B, the rest of your teammates are hit over towards A. Well, those 2 players still alive for now. Now they're both going to drop, so B secured for Splice. 1 tick gets in for Heretics, and in the process, A will get completed. Nice patience there, back alley by Methods.
Well, and I guess that's the decision, right? Because what happens if you do have a 5th player at B? I think that's what Splice was thinking. Screw it, let's continue to put the pressure on B, try to finish the point.
Well, it's either you finish it and you get the point, or you get smoked and you have a bad life advantage, not a lot of time on the clock, and you have to wrap back bang.
Always those micro decisions that pay off, but now towards this B, Lucky working the flank with Metals, he's able to find 2. Can Aqua stay alive near the top street? Is able to do so with the ICR, a big one-on-one win. And well, he finds the second as well, as Looney locks things down with him.
Aqua is just crushing Heretics right now. It was, what, a 4 or 5 life advantage for Heretics. Now cut to 1, now all square. As Hook finesses top mid, Temp's got his cross from top broken. And Jerd trying to do it from the mid car, but not able to do so. Hook just got a ton of information, though. I think he saw 2 or 3 on the cross.
Now you see the rotation that sort of comes in. You have Jerd all the way in the back. You have Temp watching his underpass under him. So Splice knows everything that's going on right now. And if they do happen to go down, you're going to see how close they spawn to that B point near that bus stop. So they find the kills. Heretics does get the first wave. Can they find the second wave? This is the difficult part when you spawn them all by that 18. The cluster in from Temp allows him to find 2 kills, but 3 of his teammates do go down.
Yeah, it's a damn good thing he made that play, considering how the circumstances were on the other side. Temp and Aqua really get it all done. They come up with, what, 4 kills there to survive, and now Aqua close to streaks, 5 in a row from him. He's still on the same stretch we saw him on what seems to be 60 seconds ago. He gets stunned. Sudi's gonna have to pop up, and there it is. How many can he take with him? First one's going to fall. Vortex able to push him. 2 gonna go down for Splice as Heretics try to push this out. 9 versus 8, minimal advantage to Splice. Temp furthers it with the ICR. Now, Hook, I mean, if they make a push, he has this grab slam. Did he try to walk onto it?
Where is he supposed to go? He can't move from it. And now Lucky's able to push up and find a second. A chance here for Heretics to win this round number 2. Only 4 lives remaining. You do have grab slam, but the Tempest is in. Gonna take down 2. And that should be the round for Heretics.
What a Tempest call, and what a shot there from Method Sick. It looked to be good for Splice, but a great cluster, a fantastic Tempest use. And it's all square in the round 3.
Hook's thinking, I got this round 1. Just let him come at me. I'll use the slam, and that's it.
Yeah, I thought he was going to try and slide away. Or he just took a step forward. Was like, all right, well, I'm eating this thing. A huge round there for Heretics. Round by round, map by map. Can they do it? In a scary, terrifying spot right now. Offense back to Splice as they grapple and soar their way right onto A. A different push from what we saw in their first offense.
Yeah, both teams, right, going for that B zone. What that forces, a little bit of extra defense towards B, lightens up A. And this is usually what we see, 29 versus 29. Now Heretics trying to trap Splice inside of this area.
And Methods behind the Tempest play. It's gotten awfully close to streaks. But for now, it looks like everybody on Splice pushing towards the back courtyard, trying to bring the action there. So Method 6 not going to be involved for now, but his teammates holding strong from that position. Whenever Splice opt to try and go for broken control, likely Methods' chance to get streaks, but so far, no action there, but they've held the line. You really haven't given an inch to Splice thus far.
You see what Splice is trying to do? They're actually trying to push through hole in the wall and then go through top middle, but it's Vortex who is able to find a lightning strike. And then when they go top middle, that's when they're trying to go through Ice Cream and top broken.
Now is the broken push, and now is this chance for Methods to get these streaks. He's been waiting patiently for so long, and Hook kills him so fast, incinerates him with the Sog. No streaks in for Methods sick, but it will be a lightning call from Vortex immediately after he falls.
That's a nice lightning strike because you saw the TAC 5 boost come in. Splice was ready to fly behind Hook in his slam. That slows things down, allows them to reset, but Jerd just pushes on up. Hook's gonna try to slide to these boxes. He's gonna get here, tries to stay alive, slam in, connects with nothing.
We had one inside of Sushi, one behind the truck, and one inside of Post, so yeah, completely comes up empty. 4 in a row for Temp. War Machine, Cluster at the ready. Cluster a little teardrop in. Will it actually get any kills? Now the Tempest in the mix as well, but 2 players going to drop for Splice, and they all get back up from the Tempest. Due to the kills, no one was able to apply the pressure from Splice until Hook now tries to make the play. The frag grenade gonna soften up Jerd, but he has flak jacket, so not gonna do much. Oh, if he hits almost hits the flick. That likely would have been 2 or 3 down, but now it's Hook's chance. He found 4 in a row before he fell. 5 life advantage to Heretics.
If Jerd hits that, that might get the player who's grappling above him, might get the player who's behind the pillar. Just misses that flick with the Tempest. That allows Heretics to get re-control of this point, and now they have a 6 life advantage, the last push here for Splice.
And Lucky has that War Machine in a moment of desperation. They come sliding across, and Vortex greets him. It's a team kill from Lucky as they call on the War Machine. Not sure it was really needed considering Vortex just put him in the blender. Back-to-back rounds now for Heretics as they can take control of this map 3.
A much more standard round. Attacking team goes to A, gets that control. And I thought Splice had a chance where they were going to use that TAC 5 and fly. But the lightning strike was able to slow down that push. And Heretics just never gave up any map positioning. A great round from them.
Vortex has had a couple just stellar moments this weekend. Adds another one there with the triple and Sushi. 1 round away from extending the series, but Hook wants no part of that. Some nice movement and finesse it up for a second there at top middle, but ultimately Metals will be able to take him out. Heretics capturing it A.
See Splice starting to move up the map. A zone going to be captured. You have Vortex with Vision Pulse, Aqua with Vision Pulse as well.
Well, that trophy was clutch. 2 nades get gobbled up through mid-map as Heretics are getting picked apart. Big advantage early for Splice as they go up 5 lives.
Oh, Jerd almost set up the spawn trap for Aqua. Jerd, he pushed through that little room, and what that does is spawn them back street right where Aqua wants them. The problem is it spawned 3 players up, right? So Aqua's not gonna win a 1 versus 3. But the pressure is here, the 5 life advantage. So far, Splice looking great.
Yeah, just trade effectively. Play TDM like you heard Zero mention.
Yeah, playing clean.
Jerd sows forward. I think he took some damage as he tried to get the heal off, so he challenges the edge weak.
Oh, the big toe.
Yep, Temp ripping off feet. Trying desperately to stay alive at the car, but will get caught. Life advantage down to 3, and Hook's going on a big flank. Think he got spotted, though, by that number 10.
And Aqua actually uses the Vision Pulse here. So they know where everybody is, but they have to win the gunfights, and behind that, Heretics can use one of their own because Vortex pops his. A chance for Heretics to take us to a map 4.
They can do it here. Unless Splice clutch up. Splice with Looney and Jerd get the clearance for a moment. What a frag grenade through for Method Sick. Back in they go. Halfway to the third and final point into a map 3 victory. Tip with the War Machine hits himself in the face with a grenade, and Heretics take the map 3 and extend this to a hard point.
Method Sick with a impressive game right there. I think finishes at 24-13, finishes on a 5 spree. He had the Tempest play on attacking. He just had that nade. Couple of, momentum changing plays.
And how big was that nade, considering I think it's right as 2 of his teammates went down. So it was just massive for Heretics as they are still alive, still in the hunt. But I do want to get right back over to Bravo. We've been kind of hopping back and forth and covering the EG 100 Thieves series. We'll see where we stand in that particular matchup as we try to bring you as much action as we can here from the CWL finals. Just waiting to get into it.
It looks like it ended. I think actually EG has tied it up 2-2, so we're headed to game 5.
Well, we were about to hop into it, and we lied to you. I was trying to watch it out of the corner of my eye and see what was going down. So a map 5. I think we're going to check out the final minute of that game just in case you've been tuning in on Alpha and haven't seen the action over on Bravo. We'll show you how it kind of went down. All the maps have been close to the map 4. I didn't see what the final scoreline was. But
yeah, Ben and Chance are over there, so it's going to a game 5.
Of course it is. And you can see EG at this point up 230 to 176. This time it looks like it's been accuracy that's going off. I think it was +10 before that death. The newcomer, some question marks there considering Phantom's play on this roster before the change. Accuracy stepping up in a massive series.
Yeah, a lot of people have questioned that decision. Phantoms was putting up some great numbers, but the teamwork wasn't there. Now you're getting the production from accuracy. In every single game EG has played has been so close. You can see the improvements they've made from Pro League till here. And I have to say, throughout today, Enable has not played his best Call of Duty, and that was my big question mark with the SOG buff. How is that going to affect 100 Thieves?
And that was, I think, what Enable said that on Hot Mic. He talked about, like, the one thing, like, he said they wouldn't have gone to the boot camp even if they were invited because they didn't want to help other teams get better. But when I asked him, like, on the outside looking in, is there anything about missing it that bothered you? And he said, the SOG buff.
Yeah.
The fact that these guys are going to have repetitions on land that we don't have with the change to that. Could that be the single biggest factor with their struggles right now?
I think it could be, right? You're seeing the production out of a guy like Apathy. I think it was just 32 and 27 on that map, and then you have an 18 and 28 from Enable.
And what? Remember the crossplay week? Remember the first match, EG 100 Thieves? EG won it in map 5.
Wow. Maybe they match up well against them.
Could be. Yeah, we don't talk about it in COD as much, but it's like something with the NBA you always mention, like some teams just match up well against better teams, and that can certainly be a thing in Call of Duty, absolutely. So the matchups might just be favoring EG somewhere, somehow against 100 Thieves, but right back to Alpha we go. Map 4 as Heretics get a map on the board. Splice still enjoy the 2-1 advantage. Heretics have got to go huge here on the gridlock if we're going to see that 5th map.
You see Looney going on a flank around the team, and I don't think Heretics is ready for this, putting bullets in about everyone. Splice was just contesting. They leave Journey up top broken. Journey does find 2, but behind that pinch, Looney and Splice are able to get back into the
hill. Yeah, he legitimately got 1 or 2 bullets into 4 players. That number 4 on the minimap is going to be Journey, already pushing up towards the next hard point to try and get eyes on that, see if there's an early rotator from Splice. You see a number 8 pop as well. That's going to be the spawn for Splice. So Aqua gets the spawn, Aqua gets the kill. 4 go down for Heretics at a dire moment, considering the next hard point pops up in the next 4 seconds. And look behind them. They're flooding up the street, but the number 9 is going to be Temp, who's in on the flank. Temp should be able to line up 2 or 3, and he does just that. 3 are going to drop. Temp with the spawn makes the play.
Well, Lucky's here, and due to Lucky's position, you do have some close spawns. There's one player working the flank. That was going to be Hook. So you have, this is what we saw earlier, where this hill can be very scrappy if you don't have both sides of the street. See who comes out on the top is Looney. He could be the difference maker. Finds 2 kills, gets his teammates in position. Splice now with a 30-point lead.
Lucky catches Looney. Nobody had the deep flank, and how easy is that for Lucky?
Maybe a little lucky.
Might be, Joe. 3 in a row now for Lucky. It's his Maddox not missing right now. Another challenge, but it's Looney again who makes the big play, gets 2, gets the clearance in the hard point. They'll get the final 2 seconds, and Jerd at 4 and 2. Due to play around the objective, already has some streaks.
Yeah, 33 seconds in the hill for Jerd, plus those 4 kills. And I think right behind these streaks, they're going to try and get a break. You see number 7, Toop going all the way around. I think they're just waiting for his pinch. Are they going to use a streak? It looks like they're going to hold on to it. Here comes the pinch. Is Hook's able to win his one-on-one?
I was about to say, how did Jerd stay alive through that? And then his teammate shoots him in the back.
And with that, because Hook's the last player alive on the pinch, the spawns actually flip, so that's big for Heretics.
Couldn't have worked out better for him, and they keep finding the kills. Hook desperately working on these streaks, but there's simply too many players there from Heretics. And that was a big hard point. They need to bring it back. They were getting smoked early on. With the final 20 seconds from this hard point, it'll be, what, very close to a tie game. But Splice will now get set up at Broken.
Yeah, they get a little bit lucky, I think, with some spawns.
Yeah?
All spawn towards that back Broken side. They all go down around the same time. And
just a little fortunate.
Present. Yeah, a little fortunate there, because they could have been across the map.
Lucky on both teams. That works out for Splice.
Temp finds 2. How do Heretics want to approach this? You're just a little bit staggered right now. Just slow down, wait for one another. 2 kills go in, another 2 go in. Now Vortex is down. You're just not getting a clean push yet from Heretics.
That push through the back just seems so stressful. I know it's not showers, but there's just so many angles around that back tree, the back walls. So many different angles you have to try and deal with and hunt through, but it's going to be from the front that Heretics are actually able to get in. Tim's going to get burned down by Vortex. Jerd still those streaks to use, challenge through. One of the best shot melees in the game, gets it done again, shows you once more as Jerd pushes out to 7 and 4 and a lovely 3 streak there.
Plus they have these streaks to work top middle if they need them. This is usually where you see him called in, and Jerd's going to use the Hellstorm. He's going to go prone, hopefully no rogue missiles. Does connect with 1, get some information. 4 dead for Heretics.
Had a lovely time there for Splice, which will allow them to set up beautifully for mid-map. Hook waiting patiently towards back alley, has a chance for a bit of a flank too, which will be frustrating for Heretics, as I don't think they're going to be ready for this. Top window control so important, and now Hook's been able to get it. So that'll alleviate some of the pressure from your players inside of the hard point.
And on the other side of the map, you had a split spawn that came in for Heretics. They were just trying to stay alive to set up a pinch. But Jerd, I think, got all the information from the Hellstorm, so they were ready for it. I mean, Heretics right now has not even gotten close to being on that point since the Hellstorm was called in.
It's the Sogs on the outside just destroying any kind of setup and push that Heretics are trying to do. Lead approaching 80 now for Splice. They can close out this series and move on in the loser's bracket with the map win here. Jerd still the lightning to use. Aqua 345 off streaks, and that's instantly dead. High goes Hook, only really gets 1, maybe expected more to be stacked there, but it's not gonna matter because Looney bails it out.
It looked like he was about to land and then got like some extra air time there. Maybe pulls up the reticle, allows him to get past that barrier and connect with 1.
It's like you got the little jump and the big jump. That was the example of the big one. Splice, absolutely dominant. Let's go right to an Astro Gaming listen-in with Splice.
Nope, there was 4 here.
Sushi
again, I'm sliding on him. One shot dead. He's in Don's corner, he's in Don's corner.
Yeah, I'm trying to look behind you.
Pillar.
Can you pick up our bottom broken?
I want to ward that.
Okay, go.
One shot, sushi box. One more on me. Inside sushi.
Back here.
In sushi.
I'm helping you, Sushi. I ward Sushi.
Kill him this time.
They're weak to shots.
I hit him as well.
Red card. One shot. Red was weak. Yo, we need flag.
Close wall.
Everyone pull flag.
I have full streaks.
Alright, save him for mid hill. Yo, we should push through. Yeah. I'll lurk rock by myself.
You gonna look it? Okay.
Pushing on mid.
Tao saw us come mid.
Alright. Yo,
He popped his
I didn't have flag yet.
One's deep dub. I think he went ticket. He might be ticket.
Yeah, he is.
I was about to laugh, but Tim said, put on flag. We go through 3 of their players, none of them have flag on.
He gets blown up by a war machine.
The 2 player. No. Well, there's no flag there, Joe.
And Lucky's able to find 2 kills. We'll see if Heretics can build up some momentum behind that war machine. But there's some more streaks on Looney. His impressive game continues. He's at 11 and 9, a bit of a slower one, but it's fine. As you got Hook, who's on a 5 spree, makes it 6, and that's gonna be a break for Splice.
21 and 10 from the young phenom. Looking for more damage and 10 points off. Streaks, a challenge in the back, but weakened up. Almost able to snap and hip fire, but Streak's not going to come in now for Aqua. You've got 7 bullets in the clip. You better hit all your bullets, and he can't do that. It's a 2-on-2 on the other side of the map. Towards our next hard point, you've got Temp and Looney going up against Journey and Lucky. Bah. Lucky with the insta-fry. Looney almost with another one of those bailout multi-kills, but not quite able to do it. Heretics, they have the ability to make a run, but the deficit just so large, Joe.
Even if they somehow break into this house and get control, you still have to somehow stop Splice from doing what they did last rotation, top, middle, behind Streaks. That's where Splice really broke open their lead and has held onto it since that point. But Splice, they can win it here. Just 29 more seconds needed. Methods with a desperate Tempest trying to connect with anything. It was so good in map number 3. Not able to hit this shot. Doesn't connect.
They can't win it here anymore. Enough of a contest and a break there from Heretics. But look at the top right of the screen. Looney has the lightning. Looney has the Hellstorm. Even if you're Heretics and you're set up early, I just don't know how you do this, because those streaks are going to come in near instantly. There it is. Funnels one back in the hole. Temp's going to be there waiting for that one. He's actually going to fly back out as he spots Temp, and Looney gets a second with the streak.
Behind it though, Lucky does find 2. So 1 streak. They've been able to stop the push, but they don't have a lot of map pressure, and Looney almost lined up 3.
Now the race is off to get back into the hard point. You'll have 3 players here from Heretics, 3 from Splice. Lightning strike now through. Another player drops. 3 go down for Heretics. 14 seconds needed for Splice. If they clear out the contest, it took a moment, but they're able to do it at least for now. Grab slammed in from Hook. Takes one of each team with him. Props to Heretics for keeping this as scrappy as they have, considering the streaks, but they haven't chipped away at the lead at all is the problem.
No, yeah, it looks like
How
Splice
could
is
you,
gonna
though?
be
How
able to-
could you?
Splice is going to be able to win it here, right? I mean, the only thing you're hoping for is maybe you can get some streaks. All your specialists would have to be perfect, but Splice,
not quite.
Now the rotation, Splice survive losers round 1. They move on.
Splice shrug off what could have been a very disappointing tournament run. Unfortunately for Heretics, they are out. The team change leading into this does not pay off. For Splice, I don't know if we know the answer to that yet. They still have to keep moving through this losers bracket so we know if this new squad really has potential to make some noise.
Yeah, and I think Heretics, they've improved though, right? I'm excited to see them in 3 weeks at Champs, because from Pro League to now, much better performance for them. They've had some close games with Luminosity, they've had some close games with Splice.
Have you seen enough to think though that their ceiling could be higher than their last team?
No.
It's kind of hard to say that, right?
Well, I mean, ceiling in their last team, you would have to put them at like top 4, right? I can't see that happening with some of these North American teams.
Heretics out. Splice move on, but I do want to get over to Bravo. It's the map 5 going down between 100 Thieves and Evil Geniuses. It's a 2-1 edge, about to be a 3-1 edge as Priesta gets the defuse.
It looked like it was a 1 versus 2 with bomb planted. Kenny had to watch over Priesta on that defuse.
We'll see it from Priesta's POV. Oh, he actually ends up getting 3 in the final moments of this round. Well, that's some lucky hip fire. Yeah, what, if 3 of those hits he was mantling up? Holy hell. Round 5. And this is where, like, you got to think if this EG team was built to clutch up in a map 5 scenario, right? Like, you've got Mr. Ice in his veins from last year in accuracy, Attach, Apathy, and JCap, who have seen every situation under the sun. When you talk about Call of Duty, some of the biggest and greatest veterans in the history of the game.
Well, that's what we talked about, the playing bracket.
You're built for these moments, but this is 100 Thieves.
And we talked about playing bracket, who was going to get through topside. I think why we said EG, they had so many experienced players who can deal with that single elim bracket, and they come out.
First blood, though, to 100 Thieves behind Octane. A team kill makes it a little bit easier for EG to manage, but now they're going to be in a 4 versus 2. Apathy's going to get caught. A team kill from the EG side, but JCap keeps it rolling almost. Gets 3 or 4, but they swarm them. They take the 2v1 and another round to 100 Thieves.
Gotta win a round if you're EG. Get yourself back into it.
And you feel like if someone's gonna have a monster game though, it's gotta be Attach.
Especially what we saw in game 2, him and Apathy clutching up in that round 11.
And maybe this is exactly what you need if you're 100 Thieves. Like, a disappointing loss, maybe a gut-wrenching, close Game 5 series type win is exactly what propels them.
Yeah, right, just build some momentum, survive. Like, you know how good you can be, and just gotta get into tournament mode. And I think a couple of series definitely should have woken them up.
Or they'll just be pissed it went this far.
Well, I can't be pissed at it, because if they win this, they gotta play Optic Gaming right after. It's gonna be a long day for the teams and losers.
Slasher, left all alone, had a chance to maybe find an opening here, but Maddox in hand. Bomb getting planted for EG. First challenge is there, Slasher gets it and Slasher gets away. Second challenge, can't take it, Attach wins the one-on-one. Attach loses that, things get a little bit freaky.
Yeah, right, accuracy still set up towards that outer fence, so he can't help that 1 versus 1 gunfight, but it was accuracy with the best play of the round.
Lovely little hip fire there as well. You see EG dialed in. About as much stress and tension as you could have in a moment like this.
Yeah, they didn't help themselves, right? You survived playing brackets, but then you lose last night to reciprocity, so you had to go into another situation where you had to play perfect.
Aggression from 100 Thieves to the A site. Look at the Rat Pack coming in from EG. Everybody about to be here. 3 towards back shed, 2 gonna come in, sorry, 3 through connector. They look good for EG for a moment, but one of them was a team kill. Kilthy lights up blue, but unfortunately the team kill might be the difference. Then Enable with the laser. Accurate shots there, and another round on the board for 100 Thieves.
And they need him to keep it up, get some momentum on his side. Has to continue to improve. They need their SOGs to have a good tournament.
Nice shots. Maybe got a little bit of help there as well. One more round for 100 Thieves. And then, like you said, a date with Optic Gaming.
And losers round 2.
Yeah, who the hell saw that coming? Cluster available for Attach. Apathy gets to a great position at bottom bar. You know how disruptive you can be here with a SOG. Well, with anything.
Just has to make the play. He might get some bad timing. Mind the timing works out in his favor. Now gets out with his life. Man advantage to EG. Look at number 7. That's Attach. He's working with Apathy. Do they want to rotate it to A? Instead, Attach, I think, gets some bad timing. Apathy as well. Kenny able to bring it back with 2.
How does that happen? You have
it
all
almost
the
felt like
position
they
in the
wanted
world.
to rotate it out, but instead, I think there was some miscommunication, and now you have a 2 versus 4. Accuracy almost lines them up.
There comes the swarm. Kenny with 2, Enable with 2. Map 5 to 100 Thieves. As the quote-unquote best team in the game survives to see another round.
Yeah, that's the definition of it, survive, right? Just keep it 1 map at a time. But EG eliminated from the finals. But I mean, when you talk about teams that had to come in from the play-in bracket, it was going to be an uphill battle. It just was.
Luminosity, that other team, was still a chance to do it as they remain in the winner's bracket. We've seen Heretics knocked out, EG knocked out. The teams left just narrowing moment by moment as we get deeper into the CWL finals here in Miami. But for now, before our next series, we'll get it back over to the desk.
Merc and Maven, thank you so much. And there you have it. Heretics and Evil Geniuses are headed home, both in that top 8 section here at the CWL Finals in Miami. Our back-to-back champions, 100 Thieves, surviving, but did not look particularly easy to continue on their losers run there in that bracket. And gonna be going up against Optic Gaming later tonight.
It's gonna be a good match, right?
It's gonna be a great match.
Both these teams look pretty shaky right now. 100 Thieves trying to figure out what's going on with these guys, right? They win back to back. Obviously, it's caught up to them a little bit, and I think Merc pretty much hit the nail on the head there. He was talking about the hit scan update and how Enable hasn't had that great of a tournament. I think that once he starts to play a little bit better, this team will be back on point in those respawns, and it's been shaky as of late.
On the side of Evil Geniuses, yes, Pac-Man, they are out, but top 8, how do you feel about their performance for the squad here?
I know they're not happy about their performance, but going forward, we saw a much improved Apathy, and I think that's huge going forward into the next tournament. I think that in those matches, sometimes Exotic was struggling against the better teams. Once he steps it up a little bit against those teams, in that second SOG role, I think they'll be fine, because Apathy really did get back to that late game form that we've been talking about all year. He reached that form, he's doing incredible things against that in that 100 Thieves match.
Study, would you agree steps in the right direction, at least for this Evil Geniuses squad?
Oh yeah, for sure. They've got last 3 tournaments in a row, I'm pretty sure, so getting a top 8, you gotta be feeling good. Not them personally as players, because you have World Championship players on that team, but overall you obviously see just improvement. The fact that they went in through that play-in bracket with a flawless map count, fortunately they dropped that series to Reciprocity. They just know these little things that could probably help them win that series, because I felt like, at least in that control, they choked it versus 100 Thieves. They probably could have closed it out in a 3-1 fashion. So overall, there's a good thing to take away from this weekend if you're EG.
It's just unlucky. You know, they lost their Reciprocity after coming in through the play-in.
Yeah.
And, you know, they got beat down after choking that round 11, and they have to play 100 Thieves in losers bracket. Like, that's just sort of unlucky. But obviously you have to beat who's in front of you. But yeah, it's definitely a good sign for Evil Geniuses going game 5 against the back-to-back champions and making it through the play-in, which was a lot of pressure.
Now there are 4 more open bracket teams that have qualified to head on to Champs in August. We're going to hand it over to Jess to reveal those last 4 of our top 16.
Jess here with a final qualification update coming out of the Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel open bracket. That's right, we now know all 16 teams that will be headed to Champs in LA next month. Those final 4 teams that we have not yet revealed to you are Singularity, LGND Status GG, Team Divinely, and Carnage Gaming. And of course, we will be bringing you the finals of the Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel open bracket tomorrow morning. That is Sunday morning, right here on the Alpha stream. For now, back on over to Katie at the desk.
Thank you so much, Jess. And there you have it, our top 16 open bracket teams. You can see them right there going to Champs. They have qualified, also still fighting it out, of course, to win the prize here at the CWL Finals. But congratulations to all of them.
I like that name, the boys.
Yeah,
that's
I was looking at all these names.
That's Vance and Shawnee.
Sicario with NAUK, I believe that's Tommy
Gaming,
and Chino's team getting in. Like,
Yes, that's Tommy and Chino. Mazer, of course, with Spacely, Jetly, and Pardzelian.
It's just crazy to look at this list and not see Mind Freak, and that's a testament to the open bracket. It's a gauntlet out there.
Yeah, it is.
We were talking about how insane that play-in bracket is, you know, that single limb do or die. Well, that open bracket's a gauntlet as well.
Open bracket takes a lot of energy, man. We know
went
a
through it
lot
twice.
about that. We went all the way through.
I mean, how do you keep up that kind of stamina then, I guess, in a grind like that to not peter out toward the end? And
Gotta be ready.
You
a
got
lot of caffeine. A lot of caffeine.
Caffeine? All right.
Yeah.
No, well, again, congratulations to them. And yeah, I think Mind Freak kind of being that one name when we looked at that of, you know, you get those back-to-back 2 series losers bracket runs in the last 2, and it was just not enough here for them, unfortunately. But again, our top 16 open bracket teams moving on to Champs. But now the playoff bracket. You can see it right there, what is going to be coming up. Luminosity, FaZe, E United, Genji. It's gonna be great.
We talked to Zero earlier. He's really confident in his team. He said that Asim's the best entry sub player he's ever played with. That's some high praise right there. And Asim was playing great earlier. So going into this match, I'm really excited for the matchup of Slacked and John versus Asim, right? Because Asim's been going crazy. Slacked and John have been stepping up. I think it's going to be a nuts.
I can't wait for the E United Genji match.
Me too.
I'm pretty sure Genji lost their S&D today. And I heard Clayster dropped 20 kills versus Reciprocity in that S&D match.
yeah, true, but Genji's also the team that put them into losers at Anaheim, right? Or yeah, so that's a revenge match that you go for
so
United.
Clay's going to be feeling some type of way, especially after dropping 20 kills. That's insane.
Well, we'll have to see what happens. Of course, let's pull up that schedule because, again, E United and Genji in that winner's bracket will be our next Alpha main stage match, followed later on by Luminosity and FaZe Clan. And then, of course, on Bravo, our losers bracket. Still trying to stay alive there. But again, as we've moved things on throughout the day, Splice and 100 Thieves staying alive in that loser's bracket with 3-1 and 3-2 wins over Heretics and Evil Geniuses, respectively, to continue moving onward. But again, when we come back, we are going to be talking Genji and E United in the winner's bracket.
Call of Duty World League is brought to you by Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel, the official beverage of the CWL. And Totino's Pizza Rolls, make the everyday epic.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the CWL Finals here in the beautiful Miami Convention Center. It may be sunny and nice outside, but that just makes it perfect conditions to host a Call of Duty tournament. My name is Miles Wilson. Joining me, as ever, the FFS, the wonderful Giant Spain himself. It's Momo PW7 Whitfield. How you doing, mate?
I'm very good. glad to get this game underway for sure. Obviously, we've been hanging out on Brava for a little bit. Every single game is so intense here. The CWL Finals, of course. The money is ramped up, the pressure is ramped up, and this one should be an absolute banger.
I mean, the tensions could not be higher for these teams. We do have an absolute humdinger for you, boys and girls. It's going to be Genji versus E United, and here are your maps. Arsenal, Hacienda, Arsenal, and should we need it, and I think we will. I hope we will. We're going to have a frequency and a payload to finish this one off. This is already underway, friends. Strap yourselves in. The map has begun.
Just to recap, E United 3-0 reciprocity to get to this point. Genji with a hot 3-1 over Splice. And if my memory serves you well, I believe this was one of the maps as well. Genji, an Envoy, he's going to find himself a double sim from Prestinu after
hit that respawn and get back into the mix, but holding the central hard point for now is going to be Genji with the first 20 seconds, and judging by that minimap, they're looking to get the last 22.
This is a blistering start from Genji. As you can see, kills are plenty for everybody. Envoy with 3-0 so far. 400 away from streaks. As he can find another. A tactical retreat might be in order here. Lovely cluster goes out just to try to slow the tide. But wow, Simp is made of something different. Nice kill to him. Hard point flips. Genji still with a perfect hold so far as Abizi just ruins that one. Can he hold it for long though?
Well, first points on the board for United as they're going to get a couple more as they're going to look to hold it from the top. But Envoy and Major Maniac have other ideas here. Nagafen on a bit of a sneaky flank, trying to catch someone off guard. That's someone being Clayster as the 50 points do come in for Genji. And it's a strong, strong start. Now, judging by this Genji roster, obviously we all know the roster mania that went back and forth with Nagafen and Space, but for me, the real standout player has been Morgs over the past couple of series, and alongside Envoy. Well, for United, Abizi and Sim. Star-studded lineup for both teams here, and as we see Prestini, he's going to take down Major Maniac with the headset. We are going to see 18 seconds left as the rotation will hit. Looks like Genji maybe one step ahead.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought on Morgs. He has been solid as a rock so far in the competition. Continued form here would be ideal against the United, but that scoreline is working out again. Envoy really picking up the slack. Havoc 4-1. Prestini making his way forward. Heavy covering fire comes down by Morgs just to suppress him, but he manages to slip the net and he gets another shot at this one. He finds two. That's very sneaky, Prestini. How many more can he get? He's got backup now, and there's the contest.
Got 13 bullets in the chamber. Trying to find some more. Will he need any more? That's the question. No, finds one more. Morgs, but it's a yellow kill feed there as Genji bite back, and they're going to get back into the hard point. Havoc and Maniac are going to be holding this one. 35 seconds still to play for. Genji could tip it over that triple-digit mark right here on the jet. Defending from the front. Havoc, known for his shot punches, that up-close battle of the sword, but as he goes back and forth between the twins, Envoy and Morgs here, we do see Arthurs find himself a lightning strike. Nothing more, though.
Yeah, Clay's trying to get in the mix. He finds his second kill of the match. Make it 3. Good stuff there from Clay. The final 15 seconds, he almost gives Abizi a little bit of a haircut up top. That's fine, all good. We'll let that one slide as the United continue to get the points. This is good work from them. As we go towards that next hard point. Again, Genji set up, locked and loaded, ready for this one. Envoy nades are out and about as he will be dropped very, very quickly. Nagafen, go away from the light, my son. But watch out for that lightning strike. As Arthurs finds one, he finds a teammate, but he does clear out that top gun. Now a quick retake from Genji is all they need as the hard point flips.
And it's interesting because Genji, obviously before when they played Splice, the reason they were winning the respawns and the hard points in particular was the rotations, and it seems like they're doing the same here against United. They're the first to set up, however Arthurs and that lightning strike do break through for now. Clay getting into the mix, he's going to find number 5 on the board as we see Abizi slip and slide. Finds one, shot in the back by Havoc.
That had been absolutely ridiculous, and Simp's going to try to find the second and pick that one up. We like it, he keeps the pace going. No one can quite keep up with Simp right now as he's having a real nice start to this one. The old shot punch. In that order, I might add, as he goes down, Abizi gets taken over in middle. 15 seconds go towards Genji, and again, closely contested hard point in the first set of rotations. Simp lined up, ready for the next. Genji, that 4-man push through that backhand side of the map. Far left on the minimap as they try to wrap through. No one really in position to help contest this. Clay's is going to make a move for it soon, but again, there's a lot of members of Genji flooding the front, and they're going to hurt real bad soon.
Yeah, this has been a good 60 seconds, 90 seconds for United. They've actually got the rotation here. They won't have the spawns for this hard point, but they've already got it locked down, and some teams will be able to kind of go 50-50 and rotate back to the middle. We all know what a bit of a money pit that can be. As Simp still up top in trophy. The Sorg, lightning speed as he finds a double there, but shot in the back by Morgs. He's going to find his 7th. That was a 3-kill streak, but he gets shut down for now. Contestion going back and forth. No one able to do anything, but the bait and switch for Genji is on point. And not only are they looking to get the last 25, they're actually looking for the rotation as well. But Envoy is going to be found with Clayster.
Get a team that can do it both. Havoc on the outside of the map now, trying to just find a little bit of sneaky angles. He's not really going to work out. Naga, slow game for him, but still the scoreline dictates everything. I mean, we saw an incredible series from Genji when they were getting outslayed so heavily in their last series. They still managed to win. I mean, it's ridiculous to see how well they can play these hard points, and so far so good. The United still have a little bit of work to do before they can get back into this one, and this is how they go about it, holding the lab like this.
127, 99 here as the United get over the triple-digit mark. 45 seconds left, plenty of time, but there's 2 players coming in from either side. Nagafen's going to find one. This could be the perfect pinch as Morgs get in. The trophy systems goes down. The window is the last player alive where Havoc is taking out Kitchen. Genji, a perfect break Attack 5 has been invested. Nagafen still with that lightning strike. Envoy and Havoc have their specialists too. This could get a little messy.
Yeah, United are spread all across the map right now, and they can make this pinch work, but the timing's got to be absolutely pristine. Here we go. 20 seconds left on the lab. They can either choose to break, or they can invest towards that next hard point. Looks like they're going to be going towards next, with the final few moments going to Genji again, but the final few moments, all these little grains of sand build up and become a mountain eventually, and right now, Genji is building a mighty fine lead, and it ain't getting any prettier right now, friends. Holding the back, taking care of spawns. 5-man push now developing from United. They have to make something special happen right about now.
Yeah, and this is kind of getting dangerous for United because Genji, they're actually taking this lead and they're not even investing in anything. They've still got 3 specialists. They've still got 2 streaks to play with. On the flip side, United, they have a Tempest, a Slam, and that's about it.
Naga's on a 7-kill spree right now. He's managed to really turn that frown upside down. He's got streaks to work with. The Tempest still ready if he wants it. Can he find the 8? Is he going to chase this one down? I mean, they're surrounded on all sides. It may be time for a kill streak just to start and relieve some of that pressure. But look, the kills start to go the way of United. 25 seconds left on this hard point. When he respawns, Nagafen can unleash hell, and here it comes. That's the Hellstorm right on top, finds 2, cuts the reinforcement line out entirely, and now you're going to have a very, very soft, squishy hard point.
And this is the exact same as the previous rotation. Genji, 1 step ahead towards Jet as well. They lead by 70. Still got streaks, still got specialists to play with. But more importantly than anything, they have the positioning. And at United, they don't really have much to break, bar the specialists that they may be able to invest here. But I'd like to think this trophy's going down. This flak jacket's being pulled out. We'll have to wait and see for that one, though. Nagafen still with a lightning. Abizi opens up the account with a Slam. The War Machine has been put to use, but the flak jacket comes through. Slam nullified, and United suddenly start to turn the tables.
Oh, BZ with the anti-air there to close out Havoc before he can even get the Slam through. Nagafen finds 2 with his lightning strike, and here we go. We have a hard point in the hands of United. They have to hold on for the break. The War Machines comes out for Envoy. The lightning strike coming through as well. It's an absolute fiesta there on the Jet, and it looks like it's still in the hands of United. They've lived to fight another day. Morx is still, he's there. He's still trying to make that kill happen. If he can find one hole in the armor of United, he could allow his team to get through, and Major Maniac's going to lead the charge.
The last 60 seconds haven't gone either way, but really, what do you see? Genji burning 2 specialists, burning 2 streaks, and really, that's about it. They still lead 40 points away from victory in map number 1. RCT still with the Tempest, Nagafen as well, and here we go, talking to the thing itself, zapping away, only finds 1 connection. Nothing more than that, as Genji still in control, but will be broken. Last player alive, number 8, that's going to be Envoy, and he's going to find 1.
Desperation starting to sit in. Abizi fighting for everything it's worth here on the hard point. Cities wins a big one against Havoc there. Nagafen now making his way forward. He could ruin this with Tempest right now. He could close this one out. There's plenty of time to do this. They can break this slowly. Tempest at the ready. Here we go. It's some high voltage opportunities here. Can he capitalize? Can he find it? Envoy on the flank. What was that? That was interesting enough. He's going to find 1. He can't get the second on the hipfire as Sim extinguishes and unplugs the Tempest. 20 seconds remain on his hard point, and the United still have it.
Yeah, the slaying side of things most definitely favoring Genji. Sim the only one to really step it up. Abizi neutral at 21 and 21, but Envoy and Morx as well taking this game by the scruff of his neck. 10 seconds is all it takes. It's about rotation. You see that minimap. You see all 4, now 5 players from Genji setting up. What do United have in the tank?
Well, now they got nothing. The position's been given away by that vision pulse. They have to watch this one very, very carefully. Win those gunfights that they've got the enemies 1 step ahead. Havoc's in the vents. He's not going to get the second. Envoy trying to take care of his player that's on the outside of food. And here we go. Straight into the hard point. Guns blazing. The tip of the spear was Arsenes, and now he's just been snapped across the knee of Major Maniac. 40 seconds left, and Genji can do it here. Locking down food, locking down the front street. Clay, he may be buried out in the sand there if he's not careful as Havoc locks it down. Major Maniac gets the kills, and it's looking good for Genji. 10 seconds for the win.
5 seconds is all they need. They've got the War Machine, they've got 2 sets of streaks. Envoy's positive by 10. Across the board, Genji out-rotate, outplay, and outsmart United in map number 1. A class act, and Genji once again take the lead in the series.
It looked relatively simple. It didn't look hard. They weren't sweating too much.
For me, it comes down to the rotations. They're 1 step ahead, and again, the slaying ability of this team. You know, they're not the superstars on social media, but they are a core 5 that just seem to come out on top time and time again.
It's been the same thing we've been saying about them since the start of Black Ops 4. It's where have these players come from, how are they so good, and why do they keep destroying my favorite teams? Genji, once again, find that first map win. Let's have a quick look at the final minute of that hard point. Again, Genji, this is not the Genji of old. They do love to win first maps now and close out series quite comfortably. Gone are the days where we'd see them lose the hard points and then have to reverse sweep. Here's the final minute, friends, of that hard point.
Yeah.
Genji just so strong.
Yeah, it really was. And again, I talked about the slaying side of things, and it isn't everything. Kill death is not everything. But when you have just, you know, Clayster, -7, you've got Arstes, Abizi, and of course, most importantly, Prestini at -10, the only player kind of stepping up was Sim. It's very difficult to win these rotations, to win these hard points and break through. You lose the specialist race, you lose the score street race, and it really did go against them. I mean, Prestini did get that vision pulse, and it's not everything. But Genji, again, very cohesive as a team. They seem like they're on the same page. They're working very well together, and everyone putting in a shift. But it all just seems to come together at the right time. How many times do we see a kill feed where it was, you know, 4 of Genji taking down 4 of United, and you had that hard reset for United to kind of regain and go again, and that isn't easy, mentally and physically.
Tough work in our first map for United, but Genji can sit very, very comfortably knowing that they had a certain degree of dominance there on Arsenal. However, we do have Search and Destroy up next. They're going to game type the United fans will be smiling and rubbing their hands together. Havoc is, man, Havoc really came to play here in Miami. So far, he has been an absolute standout. And again, Morks, another player you touched on just before the start of the matchup. Morks has been incredible. Morks has been so consistent thus far in Miami, the finals. I mean, we keep talking about, like, you know, the addition of Nagafen, what's that done to the squad? Obviously, Space is in the open bracket right now, I think. Maybe at some point, Space, how's it going, mate? Hope you're all good.
Qualified for champs, well done.
No worries there, but, like, I mean, there doesn't seem to be too much disarray in that entire team, given the fact that they've just made 2 team changes in a month.
And I think the key thing is, of course, we had Zero on the analyst desk. He kind of said, when you make a team change, or a roster change, or anything like that, or a role change, is making a little change. Genji, yes, it might be 1 player in, 1 player out, but the rest of the players are still doing what they do best. Morks, ICR, you know, the SMGs, the Sorg players, destroying. Look at this for a little stat, though. Search and Destroy KD. Havoc leads with a 1.43. Don't forget about number 5, though, down there. It's, of course, good old Morks, 1.32. First Bloods, though, 16.9%. It's aggressive, it's fast, it's Havoc in his shot punch.
Cannot deny, though, that Sim sitting there at the 1.36 is not a bad thing to see. And again, we did have a little taste of United's hardpoint earlier today in their matchups, and they were absolutely lights out. Very, very clinical play. 200 IQ plays all around. We'll see you on Reddit, friends. Havoc, though, doesn't matter how smart you are, no one is faster than Havoc right now.
Yeah.
The living weapon.
Not gonna lie, mid-sim there, number 4. Apologies for that one. Of course, waving the flag for E-United. First map, if you missed it, 250 to 184 Genji. Again, it was a complete blowout, but it seemed like a consistent. You know, these guys just seem to be 1 step ahead. However, Search and Destroy is a different ball game. Slower pace, maybe a little bit more strategy. And the gunfights, of course, more important. 1 life. We're gonna be rocking things on Hacienda. See if United can pull back a map in the series. Of course, United just coming off a hot 3-0 victory, a pretty easy 3-0 victory over Reciprocity.
It was easy.
Genji take out Splice.
It was pretty easy peasy. Watch out for the ICRs here on Hacienda. That's exactly what we're talking about. Clay, what have you got? He's not going to quite finish the kill, but Havoc will. And Havoc, he's just jumped straight top office. Little too much there. Vigor. He bit off way more than he could chew. And wow, Mork's managing to get away with his life as well. Bomb goes down at B very, very fast. We still have Simple alive with that sniper rifle. Rotating out the back. We've got 2 members in water right now, and it's going to be Envoy way out and about, getting his toes wet.
Now, the positive thing for Envoy is he can start to rotate now. The negative thing is if his team go down, he's really out of position. A pretty wide spread here for Genji. United. Seems like they've got all their eggs in one basket, and they're pushing. They're being aggressive, and they're on the bomb site. Clayster, skin of his teeth, does stay alive there. Envoy trades things out. Sim does take it out down to a 2v2, but the time is more important than anything. Of course, you need that 7.5 for the defuse, and it simply isn't going to be there here. Sim may be looking for 1 more kill before going down, but with stripe in hand. Oh, you're kind of crazy, Sim. I'll give you that, but Genji, come out on top.
Well, I wouldn't even give him the chance to find those shots, because he will. He will find those shots. Morks is going to get the play, but decent start from Genji. Pretty clinical. And in what we saw in the series with the United versus Reciprocity, I mean, admittedly it was a frequency search and destroy, but very, very clinical plays from both sides. Very, very smart moves. Looking to see more of that cerebral gameplay coming out of the United. right now it's very, very hard to outskill Genji when everyone is shooting so well. You got to outplay him. You don't want to go in those head-to-head gunfights.
And let's not forget as well, Genji, I said this time and time again, they were fantastic both with Nagafen and with Space, and that goes for S&D as well. So, you know, the fundamentals are there, and look at that, you're outnumbered 3-1, and talking to the man himself, Nagafen finds a nice double. He puts his team at a 5v2. This could be 2 very quick rounds here.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
What are you saying?
You just charge straight at them. They're going to rip you to pieces. They're going to chew you up, spit you out. See you in round 3. So far, Simp and Clay still fighting. They're not going down just yet. Simp making his way in towards the bomb site. Looking to recollect the bomb, and now it's Clayster. Well, you're in the right place at the right time, buddy. Nagafen now knows you're there. There's the dinner bell rung, and that's it. Genji will feast on the clayfish, whatever that is. Another round for Genji.
Maniac coming out with the best play, and again, just look at the positioning of Genji. Even if that kill doesn't go through, Snagafen, I think, just sliding forward, always available for the trade, putting yourself in the best positions, and placed a very unfortunate position there. I think he had 3 bodies shooting at him. Genji, get ready for the next round. Gone through some troubling times, Genji, ups and downs, but one player to stick around for a while. Major Maniac, of course, the Tiny Terror, the OG.
The OG, baby. Mork shouted at me before coming into this match. He was like, we're the new Genji. And I was like, aren't you the old Genji, technically? And he was like, no, we're the new Genji. And I was like, all right, buddy, whatever you say, mate. Naga's going to find the first blood on a Pristini. We're going to get a snipe out of Simp. Try and level the playing field now. Cluster as well to work with.
I think Simp presumes he's pushed forward, but he hasn't. Could be caught off guard. Like, oh! I don't know about you, but that was, I think I blinked at the wrong time right there.
Sim's hungry for more. He's just pushing this one forward. He's got tags. He's got tags with the cluster. He could maybe find something else there with a strife in hand. Waiting for the teammates to show up, the reinforcements to arrive, and here comes the cavalry. Simp's going to be up top. Ibizi's trying to make his way through that connector. Can he see that little thigh, the little bit of butt just there on the right-hand side? He doesn't. Ibizi slips through, and there it is. Major Maniac in a 1v1 now. Major Maniac, he's still alive. 25 seconds left to make a play with that bomb. You got to kill him when you have the chance, otherwise he will make you pay. 3v2. Advantage Genji.
Numbers against the United once again. It seems to be a reoccurring thing, this, and the bomb seems to be going down here. Being shot from either side, the pinch is coming through. Number 2 is Havoc, draining fire from above. And Nagafen cleans it up again. Genji, so clinical when it comes to these rounds.
What a weird round. What a weird round that really was. Like, a lot of hesitation for both sides, and just when you know you have that advantage, Genji are absolutely impeccable. I mean, they really hit the gas harder than anyone else does, and we've talked about Havoc all year long. He's one of the most aggressive Sorgs in the game.
I mean, you saw that in the stat lineup before about not necessarily at the top of the KD, that's incredible, but his first blood percentage, he doesn't always win them, but to be picking up nearly 17% of that, incredible.
EMP goes out for information. Information gathered, but the bomb has made its way all the way towards A, and you know what? Genji have not fallen for the trick. They have not closed formation, they haven't changed ranks, and now they have to contend with a 5-on-5 retake.
Number 9, Clayster, watching the flank. That's going to be a crucial fight maybe against Havoc, but on your screens more importantly here. Major Maniac making a push, and that's the gunfight I was talking about. That's the first blood they needed. Clayster has the flank. He still has the flank. Pristini shutting down the bomb side as well. Clayster may have turned his back at the wrong time, but he got the cover, and he's going to send Nagafen running, packing.
Got to get him. 65 away from streaks. Send in the boys. Send in the hit squad. Please kill him. You're going to want that for the next few rounds. There's 8 seconds left. If he gets another kill, there we go. The United fans can breathe a sigh of relief. No lightning strike will hit them for a little bit. Who knows? The game's not over yet.
Still early days here. Clay winning this gunfight against Havoc. That was the initial there, and it might have been the first blood. Havoc in bolts once again, ironically enough, but when he backs off here, he gets behind that cover just in time, and tough times for Major Maniac as Clay doesn't miss those.
Clayster has been around the block a few times.
One of 2 players to go to every single Call of Duty Championship alongside Tommy, I believe, qualified from the open bracket.
Keeps the run going. Round 5. Sim keeping the snipe out, and oh no, he's running a Sorg, and he will need it because he's about to run into a whole load of Genji. They've just backed up. They caught whiff of something. Spidey senses were tingling, and now they've retreated, and that's a smart tactical retreat because they were about to hit Chrysler.
And it could just be a delay here. Genji might have just hit the brakes. 30 seconds, and then they make their push. It's Abizi and Simp though. Two of the most fearsome players. Pristini goes down, so does Clayster. Abizi though, he's one to answer back, but Nagafen makes it a 4v2. Once again, numbers favoring Genji. The jump over the fence is too much. And that little pause, that little break, Genji, they switch things up. They've been aggressive, they've been fast, and they have taken the rounds, but this time, it's not rinse and repeat, and that's what I like about Genji. It's the strategy that comes behind, and Havoc's going to highlight a nice play here in the round. Once again, with that Sorg in hand.
They just managed to disrupt that rhythm that United were in. And that was a tidy round from Genji. The Search and Destroy prowess continues at 4-1. It's first to 6 here in Search and Destroy as we go into round number 6. And it looks like a heavy A hit from E United. They're going all in on this one. They're going to leave everything on the field here at A. They're going to send 2 players in on the defense for Genji. And already it's off to the races. Sim with a nice 2. And Havoc's trying to hit the connector now. If you can find something, that'd be great. But at the moment, the numbers are very much in the favor of E United. Sim, any more kills to your name? He's going to find a 3rd. There's the 4th before he goes down. Beautiful work there. E United in a 2v1 right now. Major Maniac all alone.
He said leave it all on the table. Sim's done his job. Pristini does his too. Major Maniac will fall. And a much needed round there for E United. A big sigh of relief, I think, they're coming in. As Simp opens up with a double, closes with a double.
You give him another inch and he's going to take that ace right there. That was pristine form from Sim. And a crucial round to win.
I think it's always nice to just kind of take a breather and just appreciate exactly, you know, where Sim was a year ago and, you know, where he is right now. For someone to kind of come up the ranks so quickly, so fast, and almost be the star of the show.
Drinking from a sippy cup, I think he was. I'm not sure. I have no idea. You'll have to ask. Here we go. Round 7, 4-2. Again, that round crucial for United. If they don't hit that one, you're sitting at Genji 5-1. That is a very, very tough comeback situation to be in. Sim, what do you got? Here we go. Up in the windows. Can he get the cleaning done? He won't. That shot rings out. Quick rotation back. The transition now on the offense for Genji towards B. Sim's going to find absolutely no one right now. He's home alone.
Genji have been very good when they get the bomb down at B. Now the scary thing is nobody is defending B here for E United. It's going to be a pretty much free plant. We've got one player, Major Maniac, out in the water. Havoc, though, could be the thorn that puts the nail in the coffin for E United, saying that Arcetes finds Envoy.
That's
Clayster finds Morks.
Abizi finds Nagafen. Havoc. Someone's going to find you. Who's it going to be? No, he's going to get an Abizi. Now it's the defuse coming through from Sim. That's going to be big enough. Major Maniac catches the ankle. Pristini comes in for the save. Clayster, he's going to make safe the house, and that's it. The defuse is going to come through. There's no chance now for any retribution from Genji. Another clinical round from E United.
Everyone won the 1v1s. That's what you like to see if you're an E United fan. It was a plant with all 5 players still alive. Here, coming out on top is E United.
Oh no, Abizi died. Abizi died.
That's all right.
Solid work though. So we like to see out of United, those clinical retake rounds. They don't mind hopping the bomb. They don't mind throwing players on top of it, body blocking the diffuser, taking those shots. And that was a solid, solid round. And again, it's 2 back-to-back now for United.
And again, we talked about Genji when they went up against Splice. Splice was the team to beat them at S&D, but Genji looks so, so strong in the respawns. Is this a must-win for United? You know, do you feel United can take the respawns? I mean, talking control, hardpoints, I really do. I mean, judging map 1, you might argue differently, but the talent is there. The bomb is going down, and it is at a frag out for Arcetes, trying to connect with Envoy. He's not going to connect just yet, but he's going to push them back. Bomb is being replanted here for the 2nd time.
But look how far forward the ICRs are right now for Genji. Nagafen's pushing right on in, and Arcetes, he's left his post for a second. He's let those players slip right on through to the vines. Envoy just on the left-hand side there. He slips through, gives him a little bit of a flesh wound. Not enough to quite get the job done, but Clay on the flank. Clay on the flank, able to find maybe more than one, but Simp and Abizi going to get it done for him. Simp gets destroyed by Major Maniac. And now we're down to a 2v1. Havoc's the last player. He makes it a 1v1 now against Abizi, and he's going to make the charge. He's already stunned him up. Abizi's having a slow one so far at 2 and 6, and with 30 seconds left, Abizi's got to get the bomb down and win the 1v1.
This is nervous. This is tense. You see what I see. Bomb down, 45 seconds. Havoc versus Abizi, two of the best Sorg players there is. Two of the best grapples out there too. Check that mini-map. Not going to come out to each other just yet. Havoc checking his flank, but time is ticking. You've got to push these fences. Abizi to-ing and fro-ing. He's not in the sky.
Nope, this is to tie the map. This is for the round. The shots are there. Havoc's going to check the bomb. He's going to keep moving 15 seconds. Again, Abizi just got to keep running Abizi. No worries, he's got to keep moving. He gets the kill! Abizi! That little hop.
I think as well Abizi on this final kill, he actually throws a frag right over the top of that roof to make sure he's not diffusing. Whether it would have connected, I don't know. Havoc was so tempted to hop that diffuser at around 16, 17 seconds, and I would have loved to have seen that.
But you're right, the frag over the top of the house.
Whether it would have connected, who knows?
I mean, it would have been incredible if it did, but perfect plays from Abizi. He had a backup plan, and then he had his Maddox. 4-4, into the 9th we go.
Try it again, Nagafen, Sim says.
Close, but no cigar for the young Sim. The potential for more, but Genji are smart. They're not going to let these heads poke out too far. They're not going to extend past it. The bomb can go down safely without any fear of that Paladin. In all this gunfight though, Clayster, number 9, drying off his boots. He's had a quick swim and now he's getting back into the fight. Abizi there on the connector. It's your pal Havoc. You remember him from the last round.
Clay goes down. That's the flank, and now number 1, Envoy, can turn around and make this 5v4. However, 2 new balls. Tim finds a snipe. Nagafen evens this up to a 3v3, but 22 seconds to go. Arcetes lights it up with the ICR, and suddenly Havoc and Envoy, they're in a world of trouble. It's all down to Havoc, and he's going to be taken out with plenty of time. E United coming up clutch once again.
We'll see who gets that diffused. A solid round. Again, defensive hold was absolutely fine from Genji. They didn't make any terrible mistakes. They watched the flank, they took care of Clay, they had their trades on point. But when you got Simp hitting snipes, that's the great differentiator there. That's the biggest difference maker. When he hits a big snipe like that, there's no way you can trade that out effectively.
I mean, when everything went down, we didn't really see what Prestini did, but he damaged 2 players minimum there. And then you saw him pick up 1. It was Envoy, and Envoy was rotating back from taking out Clay. Prestini missed a do-it-all. Sometimes doesn't get the credit he deserves, but right now he's trying to lead his team to a map victory. Already down by 1 in the series, lost out on hardpoint, but it's 5-4. No score streaks, no specialists. Simp with a Paladin, kind of a specialist itself, but we'll let that slide.
This is map point for United. 10 and 6 for Sim. Great work from here, Major Maniac. Quick trades come through. 3-on-3 as if it were that way from the beginning. That was fast. Sim's trying to watch the flank as well. He's got shots in through. The Strife up over the top. It's a leapfrog here upside by the fences. Brasini's still good. He's going to make a kill. Sim can't get the second. It's a 2v1. Now a 1v1. Abizi. Lightning can't strike twice for the young man. Round 11.
My goodness. Morgs and Abizi, I think it was. It was like headshotting jumping over those fences. Trying to find, and it was Simp actually nearly gets the shot punch onto Morgs. That would have been a double with the Strife, but it comes down to this. Round 11. I believe there's no score streak. I don't think there's any specialists. We'll have a quick check as we get into the final round.
No,
we're all clear.
The old-fashioned way. The old-fashioned way is a 5-man push towards A. E United, they're all in.
Just get sticky.
They're all in. No one's home so far. Morks is going to be the first one in. Yep, here we go. Lining up for the defense. This is it. The reinforcements cutting their way through mid-map. That shot's going to tell him everything you need to know. It is going to be an all-out brawl on A. They're going to ring the bell and get this fight started. Arcetes is going to take Morks to the cleaners. Can he find a second? He's got a frag grenade to work with. He has no idea of the trophy system, though. Will he get it? Envoy, he's in Old Faithful. He gets eaten up, but Arcetes eats him alive. Nagafen gets the trade through. It's a 4-on-3.
Concussions going back and forth. 4v2, E United. They're in a favorable position right now with 40 seconds. 3 hits, and my goodness, having the shot punch does not connect. Nagafen finds one, and now in a 1v2 will go down. E United come out on top. Clayster feels the energy from you guys right here in CWL Miami. Tying up the series, Sim with the snipes, Havoc with the shot punches. We have a series on our hands.
That was 4-1 before E United decided to really get back into this one and take that map by the horns, by the scruff of the neck, by the gonads, however you want to grab them, friends. That was a good search. And this series is far, far from over now. Tied up 1-1. Genji, E United. Coming up after the break, we have control on Arsenal, friends. Don't miss it. Unplug the phone, put the kids to bed. When we come back from the break, more COD.
The Call of Duty World League is brought to you by TCL, America's fastest growing TV brand. And Scuff Gaming, the official controller of the CWL.
level up the game.
And we are back. Welcome back, friends, to the CWL Finals here in Miami. During the break, giveaways being made and men being made out of boys by Guy Blaze. We love it. The action here has been incredible, and so far, we're tied up 1-1 with Genji versus E-United. Miles and Moby carrying you through this one, and we're very happy to be here. We're not too sunburnt. Miami's treated us very well. The fans have been incredible. Miami have not disappointed.
It's a good time, and I tell you what, it is only getting better. We have a really good series on our hand. We're going to be going into map number 3. It is all tied up between two titans from North America, Genji and E-United, going head-to-head. And I tell you what, coming into Control, I kind of don't know what to expect. We saw the respawn dominance from Genji. We saw E-United coming up clutch and really turning that search and destroy around. But I feel like Clace is feeding off of the crowd. That energy is going through him. He loves it.
He does love it. Now, interesting enough, both teams have absolutely decimated their previous contenders when it comes to Control matchups, so this should be a bout to remember. Arsenal will be our playground. Control will be the game mode, and this is far from the end of the series. Let's get into it. Arsenal. Very close pace map. Got to be quick on your decisions. A wrong call will cost you a point. Kill streaks very, very effective on the outside of the map. On the inside, expect those ICRs to be doing work. Watch out for the window. They'll get you.
Windows are always dangerous, man. Gotta watch out for the window.
Especially in Black Ops 4. Every window is dangerous in Black Ops 4. Here we go. You just joined us. It's winners round 3. Genji United. Straight off the rip into A we go. It's a heavy defense actually for United on B, but the 3 of them are going to overextend.
I like this from E-United.
They're waiting for it.
It's a 2 into A, make a lot of noise, and then see you later, we're off to B. It's the old classic distraction. E-United might have just pulled the wool over Genji's eyes for now. The first tick will come in. Arsty's a BZ Sim. Combined for 4, and the second tick almost guaranteed here. B may be done and dusted in just about 25 seconds. E-United, without losing a life, just one.
There you go.
We'll take B.
They're the only team to get a perfect run in Control, and it was on this very, very map they did it. Everybody say goodbye to B and hello to A as we make our way forward. Our cities. That was a gruesome doom. That was a tidy 2. And here we go. Progress at A already. First tick done. The bodies are on point. Nobody does it like E-United. He's got streaks now for us. He hasn't died yet. He's at 6-0. Where did round 1 go?
Straight into the top pocket of E-United. We saw Heretics on the Bravo. He started a hard point at 1-11. Now he's starting, what, 8-0? This guy's got full streaks. Genji in trouble, and rightly so. Best play should be Arsty's. Just rewind to the very start of the round, just watch his whole round.
We could almost get the whole round in a best play clip. That's really exciting. I can't believe. I mean, Genji's face throughout that, they were kind of just like, wait, what do you mean the round's over? When did we lose A? When did that happen?
It started from that distraction. They sent Prasini and I believe 1 more into A. They just kind of shot the weapons like, ooh, come and get us, and then we're off.
Yeah, the 3 sat in the window, and as soon as that shot went through, they were like, and that's the go. And they charged forward straight into round 2. Now, this obviously won't be as fast if you're an E-United fan, because they have to hold for a minute 22, but can Genji find something special off the rip? They're all going in towards A. One's going to be hitting the outside of the map. Clayster dodges the nade with ease, finds the shots. Major Maniac is clean too, and this is a very lovely start. Genji going to find the kills, but the trades are there, and Arcity sitting in the vents. He's a regular John McClane. Yippee-ki-yay, says Arcities. Now the advantage as they move forward. 8-0, still sitting on top of it.
Yeah, he's having a lot of fun here. However, plays pushing through food. Now he's going to find himself in a little bit of trouble. Will go down there, but he gets the full streaks. He puts the United in a fantastic position. Now it's over to his twin brother. See what he can do over by Trophy. He's going to fall there by Morks. The team shot coming in for Genji will prevail. Plays to catch him one off guard. Finds one, finds Naga, not enough.
Easy now, just slowing the pace somewhat. Sim keeping the streak safe. What? 14 HP, he doesn't care. The re-challenge like that absolutely made a tough stuff. Sim's going to stay in this position far forward, trying to slow down the push towards B, but A is where they're trying to divert the attention. 2 on the outside. United to slow this down. I mean, Clay could sit and wallbang that all day.
Time's ticking, Miles. There's 10 seconds on the clock. Someone needs to push. Number 9's going to be the effective one. Havoc, he's going to go down as well. 2 for United. The time has paused, but the time will continue as Arcities 11-1 with a 3-kill streak. Genji nowhere near. Miles, you said that round 2 may not be as quick as round 1.
It was almost
I need a
as long
referee
as
to
the round.
confirm.
Almost just as long as a round.
What do you reckon's in store for round 3? That's the question.
Or how fast can E United beat a personal best at the rate they're going? Oh boy. I don't think anyone on Genji is near streaks, or not streaks, but specialists. They've got nothing special to break through this. They're getting outgunned, outpositioned, outpaced at every corner right now by United. This is pretty sweet control, mate.
Yeah, well, Genji, you've got about 8 kills between them at the moment, so that doesn't surprise me. But moving forward, Clayster and the boys of E United looking for a hot 3-0. This is a time where you can't take your foot off the gas.
Yeah, RST still has a lightning strike to work with. Tempest available as well. There's plenty to throw.
It's the same strat.
It is the same strat. Lying in wait. They've got 2 on the defense now. The lightning strike ping comes through. He's going to just force those plays inside A. They may get a kill, but the lightning strike's there. B's about to get pummeled. The backside of B takes an absolute hiding, but they don't get any kills out of it. Here comes the play. 2 kills for United. They're going to be straight on the point. Arstees once again just doing it with the ICR. Almost finished that first tick.
Yeah, he's lights out right now. He's taking down his teammates at this rate as well. Envoy does shut down Pristini. One in the vents to sneak through. The ICR, though, it's going to be enough for 1 kill. Clayster with a beatdown onto Nagafen and no tick, or no further tick, should I say, onto B. They do get 1, and this might be the time for United to rotate round. They've got 1 specialist to work with, that being Arstee's Tempest here. They'll be looking for the hot 3-0, 50 seconds on the clock. We've got 2 on the flank, Simp and Pristini.
And this is exciting. I was like, what happens if we don't see a perfect cap in the start on A or on B, and then we go through to A, and now we're going to see it. This is the masterminds at work. This is E United making the play develop in the vents. Going to get cleaned out there by Nagafen. Pristini hits the backside. He cleans up admirably, finds a 2, and that's it. We're on A. Oh no! Simpson, you spawn. Sim's starting to cause a little bit of mayhem, and that damage is going to just buy time. Again, this whole time, we're still seeing the capture at A. You have to stop Sim. Now you can make your way onto the point. Now you can try to stop the objective capture.
Coming through the door is going to be Envoy, just find 1. Clayster retaliates though here, and still on A is E United's second tick will be coming in. Don't forget the first has already gone on to B. The time is paused. Concussion will hit a BC right in the face, but as Arstees goes down elsewhere, it looks like Genji have diverted towards B, and they're more than happy to set up, and rightly so. They've got the life lead here at 18 to 16. They've got 90 seconds on the clock to play with. This could be the start of something good for Genji.
Yeah, Nagafen's already in the spawns now over United. Just trying to deal a little bit of damage. Envoy, woohoo! Just gets away. Clay, catch. Bad Clay, doesn't catch. We're going to see the play still coming in from behind. It's going to be Clayster sitting in the spawn of Genji as they try to just envelop around B, and Abizi may get pushed back, but he's not dead yet. He's going to come back in for another swing straight away. The flood now has been taken care of from behind, so E United, they've now got 1 angle of attack. Prestige can find a kill from behind, and Abizi can keep holding lobby, allowing the reinforcements to show up. They've got to make sure they don't lose that. Gunfight's down by the B street, and this could be a solid push for E United. Pristini with a big win. Arcetes with another, and Sim makes it a 3. This is dangerous stuff from E United!
Oh my goodness!
11 to 9. Now they're on your point.
5 down, War Machine out, ticks are coming in, streaks are raining down, and Genji are getting absolutely nowhere near this. He's gonna fire down there, the flak jacket may be out, can they get in? The answer is no. E United come out with a dominating 3-0 in the control and take the lead in the series 2-1 over Genji. It started with Arcetes, it finished with Sim, but it had a touch of all 5.
Woo. I don't know why you play E United on Arsenal control. I'm not sure.
You want a challenge?
I think so, yeah. I mean, that face says it all. Is that disappointment? Is that just getting completely outclassed? 3-0 is 3-0, and it wasn't even close. The rounds were never close. I mean, the final round was as close as it could have got, and that was still an absolute blowout towards the end.
It really could have. I will say the last round there, Genji almost had the game, you know, to play for it. They had the life lead, but when you look back at the last 60 seconds here, it is this pinch. If you watch this setup here for United, they get in the opposing spawn, and it's when the kills come at the right time. We see Sim pick up a kill down low, and then we start to see number 6 here. You see he's backtracking. That being Nagafen at this time. It's just wrong place, wrong time. And at this very moment, you see it all going smoothly for Genji. You've got a 4 life lead. Nagafen goes down. Pristini on the flank. Abizi's with him. And with these kills coming in, you see this is a 3-life lead now for Genji. United, really, they lose this wave of kills and it could all be over. But this is the turning point. Sim stays alive. He finds one, dodges another, beats down the last. But with Arsti's help, that is a 5-man wipe. And the tick just comes in so fast. Streaks, specialists, everything to play for. And Pristini up front as a distraction. You can't go wrong.
Can't go wrong. I mean, that was poetry in motion. Every single thing that could have gone right for United went right there. Everyone won their gunfights. They had a full lane to work with. That was beautiful stuff. Our head-to-head is going to be Envoy versus Sim. I mean, really, we talk about Sorgs, we talk about incredible stats.
Whoa.
They are very comparable stats, but it's the search and destroy where Sim really has the advantage here over Envoy. Again, 2 Sorgs, incredibly close range players, so fast, so furious. They're gone in 60 seconds whenever you come across them. Feel, hey, more car jokes. You love it, my friend.
Always fun, always fun. I will say the consistency for Sim, for me over the past 4 or 5 months has been incredible through London, through the Pro League, and now here at the playoff finals. It's just consistency. You know, he's young, he's ready, he's hungry, and he's got the players around him to excel that ability that he has. Right now, him and the squad are leading 2-1 in the series. Going into the hard point, though, this is where Genji previously kind of shut them down.
We would love to see that payload search and destroy for that 5th map, but still, when you think about Envoy and Sim now, I'm like, hey, not a bad debut season for 2 young players in Call of Duty at the professional level.
Not bad.
Not bad, right?
I'll take it.
I'll take it, yeah. I mean, Sim still has to finish homework before getting on for scrims. I mean, that says a lot. Brilliant stuff, nonetheless. Frequency we go for our 2nd hard point of the series. United are sitting at match point. A win here will move them onwards.
Talk about a map as well that you're going to see the Sorgs come out and prevail. I expect Havoc to have a big game. His Sorg's always on point, but he's going to be facing Sim, Pristini, Abizi. It's going to be kind of chaotic, to say the least. And as we let the players do the talking, we see Genji take out the first wave of kills. They're going to control you right now. And United have that debate. How to push this, where to push it from, not to give up the spawns, as Major Maniac is already trying to flip them. The little devil.
I will say, this has actually been very good from United. Great work. I mean, Major Maniac winning crazy gunfights. He takes down Sim and Abizi.
Yeah, 5-kill streak for Major Maniac. I feel like we just pressed play and we're already looking at the score streaks for him. They'll be looking to rotate, maybe get the capture onto the next hard point or something close. Woo! Doesn't need it. Headshot onto Arcites. Still contested. Ring around the roses. Pocket full of Pristini gets the better of him.
Can't get the 6th kill. Still, Spawn's now going to be going the way of United. They have the right-hand side of the map locked down. The hard point flips wide open, but we do have kills. All in the name of Genji. Clayster all alone on point. He's got to stay alive. He's got Arsti's now dropped, so his front door is wide open. And here comes the remainder of the squad from Genji, trying to push him out, trying to keep him outside of the front door. They're doing the best they can. Nagafen gets taken care of there on the side, and we're going to see Pristini still holding the front line admirably.
Oh, Sim's got a 2nd Sorg in his hand. And I tell you what, if you take a step back and think of what United have done, they completely lost the opening fight and they battled for you. They actually got outspawned, they got rotated on, and they've actually battled back into this. United have done phenomenal here to get the lead and actually control this hard point. And even crazier, Miles, they've got the rotation into the next one as well. United have turned this game into a rough start, into almost a perfect play. Havoc's going to drop at the wrong time in the wrong place, and he's going to spawn at the opposite side of the map. You hate to see it. Pristini, though, already up the platform. Sorg in hand, grip attached. Quick draw at the ready. And Abizi by his side. It looks simple.
These shots this time all counts. Arsti's is setting up for the push. Trophy system goes down. Nagafen just absolutely blindsides Clay there and knocks him out. The contest is there on the point. No points for anyone just yet. Havoc slides right into the jaws of Pristini as Morks finds another. And here we go. The battle for upstairs rages. Sim in a 1v1 now against that player. Nagafen cleans him up. And this is such a difficult hard point to break for these teams. Very tough. Possibly the hardest to break here on this map. Without the use of a specialist, Clay trying to lock down the elevator as he does. And again, United have held the line. 2 players about to hit window at the same time. Abizi makes the read, and now he's got to make the kills. He can't get it done. Major Maniac up over the top. So decisive.
Abizi trying to go for the fadeaway there, trying to find a double. Clayster, Mr. Consistent at 2.0. 10 and 5 right now on a 3-kill streak with the Maddox in hand. Major Maniac down to a slither, but the perfect trade from Simp comes in. Envoy down low, and it's going to be Genji's turn to maybe get a couple of points on the board. They're down by 50. It's early on, and they need these points. They're 2-1 down in the series here, but looking to battle back.
It really is the battle of the Sorgs right now. The Sorgs duo for Genji. That's Havoc and Envoy. Quite slow starts for them. 6 and 10. 6 and 10. That's where they're sitting. On the other side of the board, Sim 9 and 8, 9 and 7 for Abizi. Just because they're winning their fights, it does give a distinct advantage. Clay's in a position now to maybe pick up 2 on the flank. 1, 2. Can he get the third? It'd have been nice, but it's not a bad thing at all for United. As right now the line is held still until Morks gets involved. Abizi, what do you got? He's on point. He finds nothing. Must be a bit windy down there by the pipes. No one's going to have a hold of the hard point just yet as we line up for the next.
15 seconds left. That looks like it's going to go to Genji, but rotation as well may fall in the hands of Genji as well. 5 seconds as they start to push through the middle. Abizi will go down. Nagafen with an all-important double, but when rotation hits, everything's gone down. Everything's said and done. United will lead here by 50 points and thereabouts, but Genji, they controlled this hard point last time. Is Morks going to look to rack up some streaks? The tags come in. He's looking for the assist. He's looking for help. He's screaming, he's shouting. No one's helping right now as Clayster and Abizi break on through, knock the door down, kick it down. As we see a battle go time and time again. Abizi coming out on top, 13 and 10 to his name right now.
It wasn't pretty. It was very ugly, as a matter of fact.
Slam.
But it's all good. Havoc slides in at absolutely nothing as United hold the line. They hold the line. The contests are there, but they hold the line. 45 points away now from streaks as Abizi. And oh boy, with that vision pulse, he's a kid in a candy shop. He can find whatever he wants now. The enemies are literally being lit up to him. Go and get him, mate. Okay, Havoc's gonna get it. There we go. Vision pulse coming through now for both sides.
Very important, revealing the location. A little bit of a difference in play style here as Envoy and Morks hold the front door, the back door. They're not actually on the hill, interestingly enough here, so no points gathered for the first 5. Genji will now jump upon that. Trophy system down, stopping those projectiles coming through, and this is pretty strong here for Genji. This is what they need. They can't let this slip, they can't let a United break through and have another strong showing, because at this rate, United still nearly double the points of Genji.
Yeah, this is how they start to build those leads. Havoc's got the back door locked down, Morks covering as well. And he's seeing the front door as safe as they come, but from behind, War Machine's out for Envoy. Brilliant stuff. Can he get the direct hit? He can't. Abizi's going to kill him. He's going to save that red room. And now over the top. We can't get another out of that one. 20 seconds left here in United. They may not have had the majority of the time, but they're keeping this play alive. They're keeping the clock going in their favor. Rotations are about to go down, 12 seconds left, better late than never, and we are going to see it go into the hands of Genji. They've moved on out. United have just let slip a little bit. Chance for Genji to get a solid chunk of time on the next hard point.
It's been real strong positioning for the last 10-15 seconds from Genji. The way they backed off that, they kind of challenged it at the same time as pushing backwards here, thinking about this next rotation. Morks could be a key factor. Of course, that ICR will be looking down pipes as well. Major Maniac watching it for now. He's close to the Purifier. We always love to see one of those here. Let it burn, let it rip. We'll see what we can see. Major Maniac lucky to be able to see at this point with concussion and 3 people shooting at him. But Abizi's in from Pristini coming in from behind. Envoy trying to shut him down. He's got to still be in the hard point. Can he find the door? Yes, he can. Envoy on a 5-kill streak, bro. Oh my goodness. Burn, baby, burn. Pristini still going strong, but let's be honest. A Graph Slam will always outweigh the Purifier that it is. 40-point lead. That's a tough cluster, but with Flat Jacket, Havoc will survive.
No problem. He stays well and truly alive there, but the bullets are simple. Get it done. RC Sim, Pristini, that's in a United kill feed. That's all good, but Naga trying now desperately to get back onto this point. Just the final few seconds, and again, the rotation goes down. It all comes down to Havoc, and Havoc, he's dead before he even hits the floor. Simp's now got control. War Machine's out and about. Say hello to my little friend, he says. As they start to ring out on the back, he's going to push the players on pipes well and truly out of this one. And you can see Abizi making his way forward. If he stays alive any longer, the hard point's still in the hands of United.
United still in control. It seems very calm, collected. There's 39 seconds. There's the bomb in hand. Only finds 1. Crazy enough, I thought it might be more, maybe 3, but not this time. The Sorg will have to do for Abizi. He's going to make it 2 and basically a half as we see Pristini clean on up. The contest still coming through. 60-point lead. Genji looking for that scrap time, but rotation has already set in for Simp and Abizi here. They're already at you. Genji need to realize they need to move.
They gotta go over. This is big. Streaks are gonna help quite a lot. Major Maniac has managed to turn this around. 19 and 17, 5 kills in a row for him. The slaying power has gone the way of the United, the rotation's gone the way of the United, and that's why the scoreline says what it says. Havoc on point, just gets taken care of again. Don't forget, friends, the Sorg duo on United, they took care of Dylan.
Major Maniac gets a kill on rotation on Clay. That's actually going to get him the Hellstorm. A 7-kill streak as he's now got the Purify. Streaks don't matter when you've got that in the hand. He will finally fall, and this is where the streaks may come through. They're looking to not only keep the spawns, but they're going to try to push United back into their spawn. The Tempest is out. Everything has been invested for United. Morgs is close to the tack fire, Envoy near the War Machine, and we've got a double set of streaks here for Major Maniac.
Slow this one right down. That's what we want for Genji. United, they just go, 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 and they're going to keep going. On the point, they take care of the Tempest. And now we're getting ready for the next. Major Maniac's in the right place at the right time, but oh my word, he gets Pristini. That'd have been big, that'd have been bad. Final 15 seconds now on the point. Sim's going to go down. Nagafen fighting tooth and nail for it. On the backside, though, Pristini has the spawns for next. You can see E United getting ready for that next one, and this is all good for E United. Match point still. The entirety of the Genji squad flood right on through the old hard point. Nagafen pushes through middle. One solid breaks all they need, but the Hellstorms come through for Major Maniac. He's going to try and soften up the back. Here comes the Ordnance. He only finds Arcetes, but that's going to be enough to allow them to take the rear.
Yeah, take the spawn, and now all they can do is push him with what they've got. They've got 2 tack fires. They've got the War Machine to blast on out, but it only finds one. Abizi shuts it down. The cluster does find another onto Arcetes as well. But spawns have flipped for now, but will E United be able to break it back 209 to 154? Whoa. E United with a pretty strong lead still. Everything going down to contest, but 3 players fall for E United. Major Maniac finds the 4th as well. E United spawning down pipes, and Genji will have the last 25.
It's not over yet. E United are going to fight for this. They're really going in. They've just managed to push right through. They're in the doorway. They're lining up for the kills. Naga's going to find one. Sim gets 2 out of that before Major Maniac answers back. Final moments of this hard point will tick over. The spawners coming out for the members of Genji will be grabbing it, but again, E United are in. First into that hard point. They will be getting the first sweet tender taste of it as it flips over. And again, Genji are left to just pick up the pieces. They're left to just try to find the scraps, and here we go. E United are in the business end of the hard point.
Expect the lightning strike to come in, maybe be put forward at the platform as well and push these players back. You've got a cluster going in. However, 30 seconds is all they need. There's got plenty of time of pushing through the lobby. Major Maniac. Major mistake for like, because he takes out Envoy. Nagafen Morks and Maniac will fall. And with only 20 points, E United now can close out the game here.
This is it for the series. No one wants to make that lower bracket run. Pristini holds the front door. The window gets cracked wide open. Here comes Genji. You got to do it now. There's a final few moments. If you take care of these players on point, they do. It's going to be 5 seconds for the win. And E United, they're still holding on while they can. Pristini, the hero play from behind. He's got the Purifier Simps on the point. And just like that, friends, it is 3-1 to E United.
Don't need the Purifier, don't need the Specialist. E United get it done with the weapons in their hand, and they know what a huge series that was. Winners round 3, they move on, they progress, and they shut down Genji, who looked absolutely lights out previously to Splice. E United, a contender for that first place finish. We all know 500,000, $500,000 on the line for the champion. But what a series in Clayser. He's feeling that energy.
What a bump that hard point was to the old paycheck. Brilliant stuff from United. I must admit, not what I expected coming out of Genji after the first hard point showing. I thought it was going to be a lot stronger for them. I thought they were going to have much closer games. Yeah. But what was that control? 3-0, friends. Absolute devastation. Still, Genji, they can make that run through the lower bracket. They still have to what? We've got Optic down there.
100 Thieves are down there.
Thieves down there. It's still all happening, friends. It ain't over yet. And my, what a series that was. The United fans here in Miami obviously loving that one. Genji, a little bit of time for soul searching before they go into that next matchup. But now, I must admit, we have a decent way for United before we have to see them again.
Yeah, there's a long way for these guys to go, but I think for United now, they can really just kind of soak in that energy, feed off this crowd, and really just enjoy this moment. But still, a long way to go.
Can they go the whole way, though? That's not for us to decide. That's definitely the players. But to break down the rest of the match, it's all from Mars and Momo. Katie in the desk, please take it away.
Thank you so much, gentlemen. Genji looking strong, but not strong enough to take down E United, who win that series 3-1 to continue on in their winners bracket run. Genji will now be dropping down to losers to deal with the likes of big names like Optic, 100 Thieves, whoever comes out of that series. And that I would say was unexpected. Genji has looked so incredibly strong. United is strong, but huge performances from the likes of Heretics and the rest of the team. So are you guys surprised at all about that, or maybe just seeing another Final Four United?
I'm surprised throughout the entire weekend so far, Genji are losing their Search and Destroys. They have yet to win one, but they've only played 2 series. The way that they were up 4-1 in that map, you should be able to close that out. And then they end up losing in a 6-5 fashion with unbelievable plays out of Sim, picking up 2 pieces, dash punching when he needed to. And once they get that momentum, just winning that 6-5, you saw the roaring out of Clayster. He just got up and he knew it was time. Like, he was like, all right, this is what it is. This is what we just did. You saw that comeback,
it's
this
doable.
is what we needed.
Yeah.
And then they go into that control, and that was probably the most dominant control game I've seen in general. RCD started off that first round. I'm pretty sure he was 8-0, picked up streaks. 11-1 at the end of the second round, and it was just complete dominance out of United.
Just how impressive the offensive pushes on that control were was insane to me. Like, to see them just cap a point instantaneously on both offenses is something that you don't see out of any of these pro teams going up with a team that is as talented as Genji is.
And they made it look so easy.
They made it look so easy. We saw RCDs get inside that A point and just predict where every single player was coming from. We saw them go over towards B. Players are coming from backsteps, coming from lobby. They picked up every single kill that they needed. That control felt like it was like 6 minutes. It was so fast, so clean. United looked fantastic. And I think it really started with that clutch that we saw in that game 2, where Havoc was in the 1v1. Abizi comes from that middle statue and guns him inside of the U.
Havoc just didn't believe in his read. Havoc made the right play when he had the U control. He just didn't believe in his read to the last second. And that comeback from United in that game, really, they're in general just momentum type people, just personalities. That's why that game 3 was incredible, because they most likely should have lost the game 2, but they clutched up. That's what they need to do. That's what we always talk about. We always know that United has the talent to win. They just have to come in with the right mindset in the moment and actually clutch up and do it, and that's what they did. Came out in that game 3, destroyed, and in that game 4, Clayster actually came out really hot. And we were talking before about Clay, like maybe coming to the end of his road of being able to win. I don't believe that at all. He's been in 2 grand finals in this game, he's on his way to another one now. This guy's a beast.
And he had a good series as well.
And he has a good series, yeah. He's a good player.
This is a team that, me and you both predicted them to win. I think it was Anaheim, right? They looked incredible prior to that. And then, they dropped the ball there. And people sort of forget about them. They're like, okay, they're good, but we don't think they can win an event. Because if there was an event to win for them, it would be that. Well, now a couple top teams have fell into that loser bracket. You have Optic down there, Genji, you have 100 Thieves. That's 2 of your finalists in a team that's been getting top 3 all season long. United is set up to win a championship now. They're one of the best teams left in the winners bracket. Now they have another chance.
That is true, and I think going back to previous discussions we've had at other Opens and at Pro League, we thought they had already had their chance, and now they're most certainly going to get another. But again, winners bracket, you can see it there. The winners finals, United will be facing off against either LG or FaZe Clan with that series going to be later today. But again, I think United, we talked about it, what I just said, that people were like, they had their chance. That was their moment, and they weren't able to clutch up, and now here they are.
Due to some good fortune and having, a couple clutches in Search and Destroy, they're now in a fantastic position once again. Nobody could have predicted Optic and 100 Thieves to fall down to the lower bracket so early, and nobody could have predicted Genji to be losing Search and Destroy like that, and also falling to United after having such a fantastic weekend cross division, and then also getting, second at the last event, only losing to 100 Thieves. So United are now in a fantastic position.
That's true, and of course, we do need to talk about a team that was eliminated. Splice is gone. They are done. They have secured a top 8 placing after they fell 3-0 to Reciprocity. And Reciprocity, again, continuing on their losers bracket run, but I felt like Splice was what they could have been. They never really got close.
Splice's teamwork's still not there.
Yeah,
and the respawns, they're still not there. They're a step slow. Dylan in this series just went off against them again. That's the second series he's done that so far this weekend. And you shouldn't, if your teamwork's good, one person won't be able to do that to you. Even though I'm not saying that Reciprocity got carried by any means, but Dylan was just going off and above and beyond. And Splice's team has enough talent where they should stop someone from being able to do that. But their teamwork and respawn still needs to work before champs.
And this is, of course, the end of that control where Reciprocity eliminated Splice.
When I was watching Splice throughout the entire weekend that they were competing, it was just, when the series that they were winning, it was Jerd and who were really setting the tone for me, especially Jerd. He was having unbelievable performances when his team was getting wins. And then going up against Dylan, they played Seaside. Dylan went 36-22, and unfortunately Jerd went 11-27. And that's just something you don't really want to happen, especially out of your SOG players. Those are your entry fraggers. The fact that Dylan's able to go in there, with a grapple and just play at such a different pace that's controlling his team, that's able to push his team above and beyond. It just relies to me, like, when I'm thinking about Splice, I think their SOG duo just needs to become at least more teamwork oriented and more consistent.
I think it really comes down to teamwork, like both you guys just said. I mean, we saw United on that frequency, just the pace that they were playing at. Towards the end of that game, Abizu sitting at 31 and 31. The rest of those guys also had a ton of engagements, and you could see the amount of pressure that they were applying on that orange hill, and then right next to that blue hill, they were pushing the front as well, just applying that pressure, and they're all together. Their specialist usage is always on point, and you know, when you look at Splice, they have a ton of talent. It's a team that you expect to be top 4 consistently. Sometimes it takes time. I wouldn't be surprised if this team is, you know, one of the top teams when it gets to champs, but you know, as of now, this is a team that they're talented, but their teamwork's not there, and it's holding them back.
When we've seen, again, time and time again, how important it is that, yes, you can have all the talent in the world, but in this game, if you're not communicating well, if you're not playing together well, then talent's only going to get you so far, and unfortunately for Splice, only got them to top 8. But for reciprocity, then, Pac-Man, I mean, we've seen glimpses of greatness from Rec. Do you think we might be able to see more of that, a better placing from them here than in previous Opens?
They can definitely keep it up, but the thing with me is they've always been so inconsistent. And oftentimes, if Dylan's not having those performances like in that Seaside game, the other guys aren't stepping up consistently. Now, I feel like Alex has had those games in this tournament this weekend where he has done that, but you just need those other guys to consistently be there with him, because nobody can always do that. It's just not possible. You're all human beings. Can't always do it. He's doing a great job so far, but just that consistency from everyone else needs to be there, and they can go far in this tournament.
That's true. Let's pull up the schedule. More series to get through today, more teams that will be eliminated. You can see there Luminosity and FaZe Clan, and again later on 100 Thieves and Optic there on that Bravo. Big matches. One of those two teams, 100 Thieves or Optic, is going to go home, whereas either FaZe or Luminosity is going to continue on in their winners bracket run. We'll see who continues on in their losers bracket run. But again, if you just tuned in, Splice is gone. Coming back, we're going to be talking Luminosity and FaZe Clan.
The Call of Duty World League is brought to you by Astro Gaming, the official headset and mix amp of the CWL.
Welcome back to the CWL Finals here in Miami. We are well on our way through our second day. Of course, if you've missed the earlier portions of the tournament today, Heretics, Evil Geniuses, and Splice have all been eliminated. They will not be making it to Sunday, but the likes of Genji and others have been knocked down into the losers bracket, including Optic Gaming and 100 Thieves. But before we talk about all of that, we need to talk about our next upcoming winners bracket match, and that is going to be Luminosity versus FaZe Clan. I can't wait to see this. It is going to be our Totino's epic matchup. You can see them right there, their records. Two teams that are both very much so looking like they're on fire.
I'm pretty sure that Luminosity has played more series this weekend than FaZe has played maps. Yeah, FaZe, they're in the same spot in the tournament. FaZe has played 3 maps, and they beat the back.
More so recently, and then Celium Asim earlier on, and you know, even in this last 2 days, we've seen Asim just propel himself into another level of playing as a grapple SOG. Like, he's just been dominating, getting those entry kills, and you know, his team really believes in him. So I'm very excited to see him match up against Slack here.
Well, yeah, we've talked about how hard that grapple role can be for people, and he comes in, you know, they take down 100 Thieves, kick them down into the losers bracket. But to Pac-Man's point, Nameless, I wonder, LG's gotten in a lot more reps, and they seem to be a little bit hotter than FaZe. Am I wrong there, or do you think, I don't know?
I mean, we've just seen more of Luminosity in this tournament thus far, but I think that, you know, FaZe has the better win, right? Like, FaZe, they beat 100 Thieves, and they 3-0'd them.
They beat the favorite of the tournament.
They beat the favorite of this tournament, and that's a team that they weren't able to beat previous to this. So I think FaZe, I mean, they both look pretty good. I would actually say that FaZe probably looks a bit better at the moment, just because we've seen Luminosity lose some maps here and there, and FaZe has not.
Very true. Let's look now at our key player matchup for this series, going to be Skies and Zero. Again, see their stats right there, both looking very impressive for their teams. And we've seen it a few times too. When both of these players go off, Zero especially, I mean, he's been a difference maker in a lot of the matches they've had.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of those pro league stats, like the .9, there was a point there where FaZe actually started to struggle in the league, and that's why we actually stopped talking to them as a contender to win coming into this tournament. But the match that we saw to Zero today, throw those stats out the window. Also, he was playing amazing. He came out hot and really took it to Octane and Slasher in that match.
And like he said, we're talking about practice. That's what he called the league. We're talking about practice. Well, they're here now, and he's performing, so that's all that matters.
That is very true. And of course, when we talked to Zero earlier on the desk, you know, I thought it was kind of an interesting thing how he said, you know, maybe the team didn't necessarily all want to be playing together and it all just kind of happened, but then to watch these people take something that maybe wasn't their ideal and turn it into this run shows that, you know, maybe it doesn't have to be exactly what you thought at the beginning, but at the end, you can make it work.
It's going to be a team that basically nobody wanted, or players that they didn't want, just like I was, but they just make it work. They all have the same drive at the end of the day. Doesn't matter if this player wasn't a big name or anything like that. You want to win and you want to learn how to play with all of us. That's what they're doing with Asim, and Asim is fitting in perfectly for this team. The transition that they made in Search and Destroy, at least today, and the one that they played, was unbelievable, with Zuma switching to that sniper and Zero just playing more around his team. They just look like all their teamwork in general is just clicking better than LG is, because obviously LG have lost maps. Well, I'm going to favor FaZe in this series just for the simple fact that they've won that Search and Destroy, and they won it in a pretty dominant fashion. We always know that FaZe can be one of the best respawn teams in the game. It's just going to come down to that game, too.
I also want to focus on Control and our leaderboard there. They're going to see that Scraps, in terms of KD, is sitting on top at FaZe Clan, followed by United, and then Zero again on FaZe Clan.
Yeah,
but LG nowhere to be seen in this.
So that's concerning, because the one game mode for Luminosity that's looked a little bit sketchy at times has been their Control. We've seen that, you know, if one player isn't going really big for them, it's been tough for them to win rounds. And we also saw in that gridlock Control where they were pushing that B street, it was very tough for them to get inside of Sushi and try to get control of that point. And, you know, they weren't sending players all the way around. It was just a struggle for them all around. It didn't seem like they really knew how to coordinate a push. So that's a game mode that definitely worrisome if you're a Luminosity fan going into this one.
So they may be weak in Control, but then you think perhaps they might have an edge in the hard points or the S&Ds, or is it going to be a gauntlet the whole way?
I mean, it's tough to call, because both these guys are very solid respawn teams. They have stars all around. I would say that Luminosity in hardpoint has looked stellar, right? And, you know, FaZe has as well, but it's very tough to call. I think I would lean towards Luminosity in the hard point, depending on the map set. I know Seaside frequency can be fantastic for Luminosity. We'll see when the match starts.
Apparently FaZe is dominant on Seaside though, and also the only thing that I can see like that would really tip it in one team's favor is if you get that same John that we got earlier. If you get a John that's playing even close to what we've seen in the past from him, LG is going to be an unstoppable force. So whatever, if he comes out hot, I'm going to go with LG.
If I was to give one edge in this entire series, it would just be control to FaZe. That's the only edge I'll give in this series. Other than that, I truly believe it's a toss-up.
All right, Luminosity Gaming, FaZe Clan crowd, we need you to get excited. We need you to get loud as we hand it over to our casters, Ben and Chance.
Thank you so much, Katie. And the one point I really, really agree with from the guys on the desk there is Pac-Man's point about John. All throughout the year, the story has been, when is he going to step up? Is he going to step up? We had that today. We've had it really for the most part this weekend. Earlier on, he was playing lights out Call of Duty.
And I mean, hit scan again, you have to keep bringing it up like throughout the week. You expect a bunch of
The losers round 2 matchup, that should really tell you how crazy the losers bracket is shaping up to be. Genji will fall into there as well. Of course, the winner of this winner's semi will join E United in a guaranteed top 3. We'll have that winner's final tomorrow. This one sure to be a classic. Chance, thoughts on this series? Who do you have joining E United in the winner's final?
I mean, honestly, I agree with Nameless. I think for the most part on the desk is like maybe you want to lean a little bit towards FaZe and control, but other than that, like it's a toss-up. Like who knows, right? Like LG, we have still seen them only play like, I don't know, 6 or 7 series at this point. It hasn't been a ton, but they have been scorching hot. Like an 11-2 hardpoint record on LAN for these guys, like that's pretty insane. Yeah. But obviously the competition, it only gets better and better. FaZe, again, maybe go toe-to-toe. And I guess maybe just to take it a step further in the series, I do think the front half of the maps are actually, you know, pretty good for FaZe. I think the back half are pretty good from Luminosity. From what we've seen so far, the frequency in Arsenal, again, you just have to imagine FaZe, they're gonna be happy on these maps. And then for LG, we've seen them on Hacienda Hardpoint. Yeah. We've seen them on Hacienda Search and Destroy. They're both fine there. And then both teams today played the gridlock control, and both have been getting the wins.
Yeah, that game 4, the Hacienda Hardpoint, that was where we saw LG have, what was it, 246 to 15 swing.
246 to 15
against Optic Gaming, an absolutely surreal swing of points in that game. So we know LG can bring it. For me, it just comes down to those first few maps. You're absolutely right. Can FaZe start off strong? Obviously, the desk saying that the one game mode they think that FaZe should be able to secure is that game 3. But I don't think any of these, by any means, are going to be walkovers. I think we should be in for a pretty good winner semi here, Chance.
And I'm interested about the sniper show potentially for Arsenal S&D as well, right? Because like Zuma occasionally has pulled it out. Sometimes he does all right, but I haven't seen like the top tier level of just lights out, just like the world star type performances that we've seen time and time again. But I think it's going to happen at some point.
It's funny. He's obviously a former competitive sniper. You never really would know it just from based off his reputation as a search and destroy player. When he was up and coming, it was more about the Zuma flanks and the rushes and getting up close and personal. But you put a sniper in his hands, he can be pretty damn good with it. I can tell you that. That's for sure. But map number 1, loading up. We'll start with a frequency hardpoint, where realistically, you look at the series and you may think that this is going to be maybe an advantage to FaZe, as this one is going to be restarted and redone. The FaZe guys not happy, probably don't have some of their classes complete and ready to go. But specifically in the hardpoint, Chance, are there any 2 players you personally look at and think, all right, the entire map is basically going to come down to these 2 guys?
I mean, it's the SOGs, right? It's frequency. You got to talk about the SOGs. Maybe even you know, an extra 1 or 2 SOGs come out from either team. But for LG, it's just continuing to hammer the point home of John has looked good. He needs to be even better to take down FaZe. Slack has been great. Needs to be at the same level, if not even better. And of course, on frequency, Brack has definitely had some superstar performances on the map. Couple 40 bombs at his disposal. Formal is obviously right in that exact same conversation as well. But then the counter from FaZe, again, is just how much production can Asim get to be that sort of counter? How
Now, the Everest of COD in the next series ahead of you, it's going to be a tough call to go. And then even then after that, it's only lose round 2. If it'll get through, what, 2 more series, then it's lower finals, then you're in grand finals. I mean, Jesus, man, what a run this will be. What a story to tell their grandkids.
It will be an amazing, incredible run if one of these teams can do it. But if there's a team that can make a run, it is someone like 100 Thieves or Optic Gaming. Yes, Genji are waiting for them in loser bracket round 3, but this is going to be a crazy, crazy series. So if you're joining us in the squad stream, if you're joining us just on Bravo, or if you've tuned in from Alpha, get open another tab, show some love. Hashtag CWLPS4, and we're going to be jumping into a Gridlock Hardpoint. First of all, before we were watching Optic Gaming, Crimsix was having a lights out game. This would be the best late birthday present for TJ, of course, celebrating over the weekend. But as we jump into things here on Gridlock, Optic Gaming get only 1 point for the brief moment that is, as Karma finds himself a nice kill onto Enable.
Yeah, again, big shout out to Crim. Exceptional performance against FaZe. Oh, sorry. Previous series, but not quite enough to get it done. Early points go in the way of Optics, what we like to see, and again, that hard point has not quite been as immaculate as you'd like it to be for 100 Thieves as of recent. Evil Genius is taking a map from them in a very, very close contested series before this one, and here we go. Karma. Initial hardpoint time, 2 kills to his name, 275 off streaks. This is a good start. The shower flush is about to come through to try to get the remaining members of Optic off the point. The pinch is there. Enable's timing is good. Is anyone going to be able to pick up Karma and find this kill? No. They have been slowed down. Oh, he's just going to die. 40 seconds though go to Optic. A solid start nonetheless, and they have rotation.
Rotation right now is going to be controlled by Optic Gaming. 2 players are going to be spawning now. There's one player that needs to stay alive, and that is Kenny. But again, I know I'm talking early stages of game and map number 1 here, but 100 Thieves, they don't start hard points like this. Kenny doesn't start with 0 and 2, Octane the same. It's very different. The vibe is not there for 100 Thieves, and I pray that these guys can turn it around here. Dashy and Scump, though, looking to take advantage of a very good situation. Slasher, Kenny, and Octane, though, will be putting the pressure on as they do flip the spawns. And now 100 Thieves very quickly retake that second half point.
Karma finds 2, and he will go down to Enable eventually. You like to see this one. Kenny trying to put the shots in, slowing down the push now from Optic as they make their way forward. Scump absolutely eviscerates him. He will be returned there by Enable. Nice 2, TJ as Enable finds his 3rd kill. This is big work with the 20 seconds left here by Sushi. 3:35 away from streaks again. Karma got close enough on the first, and Enable's making his journey towards those streaks on the second. About now, the shower's going down. Scump's in there making things all squeaky clean for his boys as they set up now for that next hard point. Flipping it 3, 2, 1. Here we go. First ace will go to Optic. Scump secures it.
Yeah, do keep an eye out for Enable. He's on a 4-kill streak. He was the player that's on the heavy flank through Ice Cream right now, but it's whether he finds anyone on that rotation. One player for Optic Gaming, be Karma in the middle, but it's been taken care of Slasher now back into the showers. Enable's going to be hitting that flank, and should be an easy kill for him. I say easy. Oh, TJ making it difficult, but a couple shots in the face, and 100 Thieves looking to get right back into this. And they potentially can take the lead off this very hard point here. This has been a very positive last couple of hard points for 100 Thieves.
Yeah, it's been a rough start, but now they're looking good. 160 away from streaks. No one was able to take down Enable. Oh, that's big. 35 now. Enable. Second time we've seen him pick up streaks thus far in the hard points here at CWL Finals. Miami's being pretty kind to him as he continues to run it up. 5 points away now. That's big news, and they want to take the lead as well. You called it, Phil. Lackluster performance from Optic here in this hard point. Karma does get the kill onto Enable, but he will have that full Hellstorm ready to rock and roll a little bit later on. He's halfway just about towards that Vision Pulse as well. Solid comeback now from 100 Thieves as Optic's lead's disintegrated, but nonetheless, the next hard point waits. TJ, he's going to be alone as he makes his way forward. Big shots coming through, trying to find Enable. Enable on the re-challenge. He's very much alone. Outgunned? No. Outnumbered? Yes. We can't count TJ out. The reinforcements will clean up the rest of 100 Thieves. Optic take the hard point.
And again, you know, we saw Zero on the analyst desk. He was talking about the role changes of Optic Gaming and how Scump's playing a lot better. We're seeing that already here. Currently sat 9 of 5. The lane side, I think, still in the hands of Optic Gaming. About a 20-point lead as it currently stands there. Kenny gets the better of TJ on that gunfight here, but with 25 seconds left here on the house, we're going to be rotating back to the middle. Are we going to see 100 Thieves catch up for Optic Gaming, extend their lead? Enable still has that Lightning Hellstorm, but of course will be saved a little later. Dashing Priest to find a double of their own. And with the ICR in hand, Karma doesn't want to push too aggressively. He's going to send in a Ginger Ninja the name. Scumpy does fall.
There's a lot of redheads in this matchup, including the commentary team. 102 leading that 90 points. Full streaks for Enable. Effectively starting to build up now for both sides. 100 Thieves just slightly in the lead there with those Specialist as the economy is slightly sinking in their favor. Scum, still excited to see him and how well he can perform when it comes down to that War Machine. 3 goes to enable the big kills he finds. Slow though, again, from Optic here as we go into the second set of rotations. Trying to make one solid push as they can make their way right through the middle of the map. Gonna wait for that pinch coming through from Karma. Once those shots come through, TJ's actually gonna find 2 right through the middle of the street. They flood. It's an absolute parade right through the middle of the map, and that's gonna be big stuff as Optic make the break and they get the final 30 here. Nelson out for enable, trying to push him off the point. Textbook stuff. We'll get one. Teammates get the other. Will they get back on the point though?
Well, the 20 seconds that is currently uncontested, it is going to go to 100 Thieves, it seems, but rotation. All 5 plays from Optic Gaming are behind this next hard point, and that's a really positive start, because pretty much it's dead even. No specialists just yet, but they're about to tick over. Slasher shoots onto Crimsix, needs the help of Kenny, though, as he now pushes forward. And the next wave of kills could be very, very crucial. 1 kill away from the War Machine is Slasher right now.
Once again, we saw Optic find the first points to the hard point in the second. Again, it's Kenny finds 2, but it's the breaks from 100 Thieves have been so good. This is good stuff from Dashi though, just slowing it down. Skunk's going to find those players as he aggressively charges into the flanks. Priest now spawning up back, big shots again. War Machine now out for Scum. He's going to start ringing out big tags, no flak jacket. This is something. Will he be able to find the kills? The bank shot's there, and again, he just pushes those players around into the guns of his teammates as Kenny finds that one, but still solid points as the contest comes through. Optic's still alive in this one.
Lead change going back and 2 here. 100 Thieves have it, but only by 5 points. There's still 25 to play for before the showers comes up for the second time. Kenny from behind. He's going to double up once more there. TJ gets shut down, and Octane is going to be one to see and watch here. In the near future, he's going to be on the rotation as well. The tac 5 boost is going to give everyone else that extra 50, but not Slasher. He's been taken down immediately here. And honestly, it's a little lead, but it is, of course, a lead at that. Still 20 points in the lead.
It's not huge, but it's not tiny. As you see, Dashi take care of Kenny. Tac 5 comes through on the Octane. The last player left with that one. Slasher. War Machine out now, trying to clear out. But TJ finds the 2. Unable to find more, and that's incredibly unlucky, but the 3rd kill's his. There's a 4th just round the corner. TJ with a clean 4. And the hard point firmly in the hands of Optic.
Happy belated birthday to him, as he does take the lead right now. 155 to 152. Optic Gaming starts strong here. 100 Thieves fight back. However, this game, tooth and nail above the rest here. Dashi jumping in, close to the Tempest. We know what he can do with that. Is going to be taken down from another double from Kenny. That's going to be his 3rd of the game. 17 and 14 on the 2-kill streak. The Slaying side slightly favouring 100 Thieves, but really the scoreline says it all. It's so back and forth between these 2 teams. Miles, I'm just waiting for that one moment where a team's going to get a large 45 seconds ahead, but we're just not seeing it.
Not just yet. Octane's Tempest was taken care of there. That's absolutely gone. Dashi, once again, getting taken care of. Dashi's having a bit of a slow one. I mean, Scraps joked about it in the All-Star game yesterday that he's having a stinker, but he's not exactly performing up to the superstar standards that we set for him. So very, very high expectations on the shoulders of Dashi right now. He does have a Tempest to work with TJ. What was that? I never even saw the shot. Ludicrous stuff. He's about to just jump top house into the bottom, finds the shots. He's going to break the hard point for a very brief moment before 100 Thieves get back onto it. And again, that's good for Optic. They need to get those kills. They need to get the time. Slow this down because 100 Thieves are starting to steamroll away from this one.
Yep.
There's 30 seconds left in this hard point. 100 Thieves have just broken 200. Optic need to get on it.
And this is what I talked about. I was waiting for a team to kind of take that 30, 40-point lead here, and 100 Thieves are being that team. They're taking it now, and there's still 15 seconds to play for. They've had the spawns the whole time here in-house, and this time, there's no streaks for the likes of Enable, but the Slam of Priester, the Vision Pulse should be coming through for Karma and Enable shortly. 11 and 20 for Crimsix, who was singing his praises at the start because of the previous series, which we saw him performing, but it's simply not enough right now. Slam for Priester finds one. Crim trades out. 100 Thieves here, just 25 points away from the victory, and they can do it right here.
They get it done right here, right now. Karma, though, finds that quick kill on Octane. Still, players on point. 30. It's been crossed. We're down to the final 20 now for the win. Dashi trying to make something happen. Still has that Tempest. Got to get Enable off the point. Get that contest there, right now, sooner rather than later. And again, the contest is there. A little quick kill for Enable as he jumps in. Vision Pulse now. This is brilliant work. We can see it done here for 100 Thieves. The kills have got to be perfect. Kenny up over the top of the truck. That's going to be the Dashi Tempest out now. Will he find something? And again, 5 seconds now. This has been an absolute masterclass in holding this hard point. And what do you know? No one's in position to get it. 100 Thieves close out the first map very comfortably. after what was such a closely contested map.
Yeah, I mean, we were looking at kind of 150 to 150. It ends 250 to 166. It kind of says it all. 100 Thieves just kind of stepped it up a gear, put it into, of course, that final form. And again, they did not look the perfect squad. However, that last quarter, they looked one step ahead of Optic Gaming. And the streaks from Enable early on kind of put them into a good position, but it was really the rotation onto that house and, of course, to the middle as well that solidified it for 100 Thieves. 1-0 as it currently stands. And again, this is an important matchup to say the least.
To say the least. A couple of sort of mid-game heroics, individual plays come out. The players from Optic maybe slightly disconnected. I imagine teams having a word with them at times like this. There's definitely a weakness there in 100 Thieves. They're not what they were. They are not quite the strong team they've been in London. They're definitely not the team they were in Anaheim, which was nigh on perfection at times. I mean, victory has certainly cost that squad their strength. Now as we go into the next map, Hacienda Search and Destroy. Good one for Optic. Not a fantastic map, you know, really for either team. No one's got a terrible Search and Destroy map at this point, but it is going to be a tough one nonetheless. I mean, Optic's hardpoint have been better than they have been, but you know, 100 Thieves, they have a clear-cut advantage in the hardpoints. No one's really given it to them. I mean, EG managing to find a win, obviously FaZe beating them earlier today, but no one's really pinning big losses like that on 100 Thieves. So there's definitely a chance for Optic to come back in this one again. Arsenal hardpoint a little bit later on if we can get there. Hacienda Search is up next.
Yeah, when it comes to hardpoint and the best team in the world at hardpoint, I think of your 100 Thieves, I think of your FaZe. When I think, you know, of Optic Gaming, how they kind of win a series over 100 Thieves right now, they need to take one of these. They have the capability, they have the strategy, the players, the talent. I need to see that old Dashy. I need to see that electrifying TJ, and we did at points, we really, really did. But again, shutting down 100 Thieves, it's not easy. You've got the fast-paced Priester, and of course, Octane, your MVP, multiple times over. Very, very difficult.
Again, Gridlock was, of course, the pick of Optic. I've seen it's going to be 100 Thieves pick, so got to be sitting pretty happy on that one. Now, 100 Thieves seem to be sort of heating up since that first match we saw today against FaZe. I mean, they weren't exactly the 100 Thieves we saw there. EG, the struggles are real. Are they finally finding that form? We need to see them in to go on to that championship run. Tough, again, seems to make the entire way through the tournament, but as they gradually pick up steam, as they get stronger and stronger, that's what you really want to be seeing. For Optic, they haven't got as many maps under the belt. They haven't really got as much game time in today. Of course, they are scrimming. The pro player area is just to the left over here by Bravo. They have been there all day. You know, we've seen them in and out playing games while the on-stream matches are going on. So hopefully that warm-up has been good for them, but there's nothing quite like in-game real match practice, that intensity, the pace. Nothing quite like that. 100 Thieves has definitely got more of those right now. Phil, do you think there's even a chance that over this series, if we can get an Optic win on the Search, that they can sort of build that momentum throughout the course of the series?
I really do, and because we've seen the weakness of 100 Thieves already this event, I think Optic Gaming, they've got a lot of LAN practice in the last 7 to 10 days over some of the best teams in the world. Your FaZe, you know, these guys have been scrimming the FaZe obviously at hardpoint, at your controls, and they've been taking those maps as well. If they can do it, they can do it today against 100 Thieves as well. I really believe that, but they've got to start to pick away. They've got to start to chip away at 100 Thieves, and it's got to start in the Search and Destroy. I feel they go 2-0 down. We're in some dangerous water. We've been Optic Gaming on one side, 100 Thieves though. I know the fan base is just as crazy over there, it seems, and honestly, I don't know which way this is going, but I know you guys will be in the Twitch chat lighting it up, whether you're a 100 Thieves fan, an Optic fan, or maybe you just like both. I don't know. Pick one. Let us know.
Pick one. Get some brews in the chat. Some brews, bras, brews, and bras. And I've thrown a brew with a Q in there at times. Search on Hacienda. Optic's Search and Destroy has been their bane for a long time. They managed to turn that around wonderfully, and here we go. An absolutely pivotal map for them here at the CWL Finals. They don't want to let this slip.
And Optic Gaming played this a couple of times at the Cross Divisional. One against Heretics, one against Elevate. Won both. Obviously, Hacienda Search and Destroy 6-2 and 6-5. But again, it's a different ball game. You think of the likes of Heretics, and you look at the Thieves. It's something completely different. But are we seeing London 100 Thieves? Are we seeing Anaheim 100 Thieves right now? Or are we seeing a different version? Are we seeing playoff 100 Thieves?
Oh. Yeah, the Miami 100 Thieves.
Yeah.
And then dangerously both put together. Who knows? Or are we seeing Optic turn this one around? Look, I'm not going to lie to you, Phil. I'm not going to lie to you.
Don't lie to me.
If Optic lose this, I don't know if we get out of the venue alive. Because people still think there's a curse on us.
Yeah, but what we'll do is we'll gather a few 100 Thieves fans.
Oh, nice.
Actually, no, we're going to cause too much trouble here. Listen, it's nothing to do with us.
Let's talk about money instead. Let's talk about cold, hard cash. The prize pool at this event is a staggering $1.2 million.
And that's the thing, right? Right now, honestly, it is crazy. Yeah, 7th, you know, 20 grand is a lot of cash, but as soon as you hit 4th, 100, 200, we're talking hundreds of thousands of dollars per match. You're sitting down in a series and you're going, oh, cool. I mean, this series alone, I believe, is like a $25,000 series. Like, come on. It's incredible.
I mean, I play a lot of League play, and I never thought to myself, like, well, if we don't win this match with Control Boys, we don't get 25 grand. Like, imagine that, friends. Imagine the pressure. Imagine the sheer pressure on some of these players. It's not all fun and games for everyone. Well, it may be literally fun and games. There's careers at stake here. There's livelihoods. For a lot of these players, you know, this is far more than a game. It's more than a game to us. Hacienda Search now is going to be an absolute bloodbath. Again, 100 Thieves pick. And as you said, Optic have got experience in this one from Cross Division.
They haven't, and talking to 100 Thieves as well, it doesn't seem like either of these go-to search and destroys. You know, we see a lot of gridlock search and destroy when it comes to 100 Thieves come out, and honestly, that's kind of to and fro frequency as well. I think Hacienda was played once for 100 Thieves at the playoffs. It was against Luminosity. They won that 6-3, so both teams have seen success at this map, and rightly so. They're two of the best teams in the world. First Blood, Slasher.
Yeah, goes straight across mid-map. Hyper-aggression from Optic on defense. They've managed to completely overextend through middle. Two of them have managed to make it to the lobby, and Slasher's making the read. Scumpy cuts him down. Now it's a 4v4. Scumpy's going to try and make his way right on through connector. Gunshots out the back of the top stairs there by Platt and Tin. That's going to be the ICR bringing out Karma and Crim doing the business there. And now Scump's going to have to try to back on up. He's got a bit of help, and the help's just been eliminated. It's all on the Scum. 100 Thieves take round one.
Yeah, keep your eyes on Priesty. You see him pick up a double there in the kill feed. He was actually coming into Miami with a 1.2 in Search and Destroy. And again, putting up huge numbers for the squad. He's kind of up there with the likes of Octane, I think, who leads at a 1.21, just a slither above him. But for Optic Gaming, you know, which are the players to watch when you come to Search and Destroy? I don't think it kind of takes a genius to work out. But Dashi, 1.26, he's the one that really, he's just at leaps and bounds in the kills department. But we know it's not all about those kills. Dashi himself has kind of talked about it, how he's not had the best of Miami's, or I know there's only been one, but the best of events, shall we say, and he'll be looking to turn that around right this second.
Heavy stack towards A now, 400 Thieves, as we see the bomb slowly but surely trek across the map towards B. Number 4, Slasher, well and truly out deep in water. Big shots there from Dashi, finds the kill and enable. The team shot had him dead before he even hit the ground. TJ finds another kill on Kenny, and this widespread defense isn't working out too well for 100 Thieves. Slasher gets into the mix a little bit later as the defensive line's been pushed all the way back to the spawn. Watch out for that Priester on the flank, though. Priester finds Karma from behind. 3 members of Optic as they rotate around, try and hit that bomb site now. It's a 3v2. It's going to be Slasher and Priester going up against Crim, Scump, and Dashi. And the 3 members of Optic now sitting on top of that bomb site. Priester going to be heading towards connector. Slasher sitting through Tin. And this stun will dictate the next gunfight we see.
Yeah, talking about his 1.2 before. This is where he really kind of comes into his own. No!
Oh my god.
He gets in, he gets out. He's certainly shaking it all about, but Dashi, the player on the opposing side, manages to put himself in a 2v1. The clutch kill comes in from Dashi. He might not have got it at the start, but he shuts down Priesthood not only to not win the round, but also to deny streaks. Crimsix, though, holding the line and picking up this final kill. So important. And I expect this. When you come into Black Ops 4 and you go Optic Gaming, 100 Thieves, what do I think about? I think of close games. I think of those round 10s, those round 11s. It's what I expect when you've got players like Dashi and TJ, your S&D specialists, alongside your 3 times, your Crim, your Scott. It's what I want. It's what I expect. And Optic Gaming are looking to deliver right now.
Big kills from Scump on a Priester. That's a fantastic win in the 1v1. He finds Enable as well. That was 2 for Scumpy. He finds
3.
Kenny. He's got 3 kills already. TJ's good. TJ's good. What a round.
Fast and furious. Optic Gaming and Scumpy. We're going to see it more than likely right here, and deservedly so, with his bright pink mohawk. Sliding on in. Priester was the first kill. A quick recharge.
Ouch.
Second. And the final 3rd.
Wow, Kenny had him dead to rights. 15 HP and he walks away. TJ finds 2 on the inside, and what a way to do it. That was a dominant round from Optic. I mean, that isn't just good positioning. That is immaculate gun skill. That is ludicrous. Ludicrous ability from the boys in green. Here we go. Round 4. 3-man push towards A on the defense for 100 Thieves. 2 of them are making on the way through mid-map. The bomb, however, for Optic. just slithering in towards B. Now TJ's making his way forward. He's going to get absolutely eviscerated there. Many members of the Thieves as they cut him down there in mid. Number 9, though, however, is making his way all the way around the outside of the map. Dashy's alone in this 5-on-3. If Dashy can get a kill, which he cannot, tough stuff.
I want to say that's 4 individual 1v1s lost, but it's not, Miles. Optic Gaming there lost what seemed to be 5 1v1s, 4 of which were not 1v1s. They were 1v2s, 1v3s. That was, I feel, almost poor positioning from Optic Gaming. 2 players, I think it was Karma and one other player. Forgive me, I forgot the name or forgot who it was, but they're running into 2 players, and they haven't been like that in the previous round. So hopefully they quickly snap out of that one and go back to kind of pushing as a team. But they were caught off guard there, Optic.
That was exactly the opposite to round 4, where Optic find these amazing individual kills. In that one, they couldn't find anything.
It's dropping like flies.
Dropping like flies against the full might of 100 Thieves. 2-2, and we go into round 5. Deep trophy system, way at the back. No one making their way towards A. It's a heavy B push. They may be able to catch Slasher alone. However, if they do manage to overextend, if they do push through the middle of the map, they will be spotted by the players of 100 Thieves down low here by Connector Dash. He's been spotted by Priester. Players developing now the back end of the... Ooh, the nade comes through. Priest is good. Priest is good. He's a little worried. And Slasher with a magnificent entry kill there on a Dashi. 5v4. Bomb's going to be going down at A.
Brilliant evasion there by Priest. The Blackjack does save his life. Slasher, he's going to find a second lone wolf in it here. Don't find a third, surely not. Look at that awareness. He notices there's more than one. He is out of there. He's thinking, I'm in a 5v3. We're about to get the bomb down. I ain't challenging you top hallway. He regroups with his team, and this should be a nice clinical round here for 100 Thieves. That's going to be number 3 that falls. And honestly, that's 8 deaths in a row for Optic Gaming, as 100 Thieves still have every single person intact. Scott change that. He's been on fire so far. The shot punch not going to connect, but all he needs is a Sorg, and suddenly the 5v2 down to a 2v2.
Top timing could have been better. Optic seemed to push solo there. Again, another push from TJ alone, completely alone through Connector. No one to get his trade. He tries to find something.
I mean, at this time, Scum finds an incredible 2-piece down here. When he punches at this second one, I thought he's dead to rights, but he pre-fires Kenny. Goes down to just 28, slides out, recruits his teammate, and honestly, it went down to a 2v2. I thought they had it, but it slips away through the fingertips here. Round number 6 under the way.
Here we go, round 6. Dashy with that snipe in hand. This is what you want from Optic fans. Oh no, just going to put it away. Nonetheless, that's all good. 2 down bottom, 3 up top. No one there from 100 Thieves to make the read. They may be able to spot them through Connector as they transition towards the A site, but you got to watch out. Again, Slasher, he loves to play the island. He plays alone while the entirety of 100 Thieves run together. Slasher is on that far side of the map alone. He's sitting in mid-map right now, just hoping to catch somebody. And if he does, it's an easy kill. There it is. He finds TJ once again. First blood to Slasher. Immaculate positioning. Optic now have to completely contend, not only with that player on his own, but you have to watch out for that rolling ball.
Down, they can put themselves in a better position. It's Scump who puts that bomb to good use here. 6-4 as he currently stands. However, Concussion's going to find 1, maybe 2. Sliding on now. It's the bait, it's the switch, and it's going to be Optic Gaming who come out on top. I had to correct myself. Dashy took out Scump and he fought.